ACL and meniscus.
I slipped. They rushed me to the hospital, to the emergency trauma unit.
The initial offer from my insurance company was laughable,
which was basically an insult. Morgan went after them and
got me more. I couldn't breathe. It was the most zeros I'd ever seen. It was phenomenal.
To see that final number, I was so excited.
They ended up getting me 20 times more.
New Nissan?
Correct.
Hey. You got to put it through its paces.
He can take it.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event featuring Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Now get 0% APR on select SUVs for well-qualified buyers, or get $3,500 customer cash on Rogue.
Breaking news at 4. Shooting at a Veterans Affairs clinic leaves one person shot, with the suspect then shot by officers when confronted. We're working the scene to find out what led to that shooting.
Now at 4, growing frustration at Atlanta's airport.
It's all a big mess here.
I'm at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, and we are getting answers from Delta about ground stops, cancellations, and long lines.
Plus, in the last 90 minutes, a confirmed tornado touchdown.
The owner of this home says he is lucky. No, he said he is blessed to be alive after this massive tree came through the roof of his home during a storm while he was in this bed.
The next thing I know, the insulation just started hitting me in the face.
Channel 2 Action News is with the National Weather Service as they survey the damage. We'll take you to the hardest hit areas live.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 4 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Karen Greer.
Hello, I'm Wendy Corona. We have breaking news as we come on the air after one person was airlifted after being shot at a Veterans Affairs clinic in Jasper. This is the scene in Jasper in Pickens County. Investigators held a news conference in just the last 20 minutes. Channel 2's Michelle Newell is live there. And Michelle, you spoke to a person who was shopping nearby when the bullets just started flying.
Wendy, he was so shaken up. He told me he thought he was going to die. We are pushed pretty far back from the scene, but take a look. We're right across the street from the VA clinic where the shooting happened. You can see still a very active scene. Police are everywhere. The parking lot is all taped off. We've seen officers walking around gathering evidence. A man told me he was inside the Goodwill shopping for his sick wife when he heard gunshots. He told me a bullet went through the wall of the Goodwill. He thought he was going to die. The shooting happened around 1:30 at the Jasper VA clinic. It's unclear how many people were inside, but we know one person was shot and life flighted to the hospital. When Jasper PD arrived, they said they found the suspect outside and shot him. They didn't tell us what he was doing when they confronted him. They don't know why he was at the VA or why he fired shots, but we know he lived in Jasper. Now, the VA clinic is located at the Patriot Center that houses a bunch of businesses. A man told me he was in that Goodwill shopping for his wife when he heard the gunshots. He and other shoppers ran for cover while employees locked the doors. They were on lockdown for at least 1 hour.
The bullet had went through the Goodwill and hit where I was standing at. It would have gotten me if I wouldn't. If I would have been at the right part, it would have got me right in the head.
He was so shaken up. He's just so glad he's okay. But back out here live, still a very busy scene. The GBI here, of course, that's standard protocol for an officer-involved shooting. We also know that FBI is here, and that's because the shooting happened at the VA clinic. Still a lot to learn, and we'll bring you the very latest once we learn it. Live from Pickens County, Michelle Newell, Channel 2 Action News.
Still very chaotic. Michelle, thanks. The local high school went on a hard lockdown after police reported a threat nearby. That lockdown at Centennial High School. That's in Roswell. It's now been lifted. This afternoon, the school reached out to parents to let them know all students and staff are safe. The principal also said extra police officers would remain on campus to monitor any potential threats.
Happening now, delays at the airport, and now we're getting answers from Delta about a major ground stop. The Atlanta-based airline says it had to ground flights so it could manage the flow of traffic after congestion from Monday's storms. That's led to confusion inside and long security lines like we showed you during Channel 2 Action News this morning. Channel 2's Candace McCowan live now at the airport where the long wait time stretched into the afternoon. Candace.
Yeah, and Wendy, I will tell you that Delta, they are working to reset after Monday's storms. They say that the long TSA security wait times, those lines, that has nothing to do with those ground stops, though. But I do want to tell you today, it was busy once again today. Those typical early morning lines, they stretched into lunchtime here. You couldn't even see the wall behind me here for a while. Those wait times, they got up to 129 minutes at one point. But if you look now, looking more like it normally does, just about 7 minutes at the main checkpoint. But this isn't the end of those delays.
Today's my best friend's birthday, and I'm surprising her. So I'm about to call my husband to come back and get me because my flight board's at 1:50, and it doesn't look like I'm gonna make it.
It's a birthday surprise that was close to not happening. Angela Love is one of thousands who arrived at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport Tuesday to find lines that reached the length of the main terminal.
I'm looking at that long line. It's ridiculous.
One viewer shared this video from early Tuesday morning of the lines once again reaching baggage claim. She told me it took 3 hours to get through security, and the situation was changing by the minute. It could be less than an hour, and minutes later climbed to 111, 124, and even 129 minutes of a wait.
Oh, Lord.
This comes as more TSA workers are taking sick days. They haven't been paid in more than a month now because of a partial government shutdown. Tuesday, many travelers tried to dodge the main terminal waits by going to the international terminal, where waits topped 90 minutes much of the day. This video is from a viewer who says it took him hours to get through security, others abandoning one terminal for another.
We just came from the other terminal that was blocked for miles.
Yeah, and back to those ground stops from Delta, one last night, one early this morning. Again, they said that has all to do with the weather. They're trying to manage the flow of traffic to prevent congestion at the gates. They say they're also dealing with crews who had to get rested before they could get back on those flights to get them everything caught up and reset after those storms. Live here in Clinton County, I'm Candace McCowan for Channel 2 Action News.
Different situations lead to different actions from airlines. So we're finding out the accommodations you can expect or even demand when stuck or delayed at the airport. We'll have that for you on Channel 2 Action News at 5.
The National Weather Service confirmed a tornado caused this damage. Take a look in DeKalb County. Now we're hearing from people who say the storm sent trees crashing right through their homes. Channel 2's Tom Jones live in DeKalb County and Stonecrest, where one woman had to go to the hospital, Tom.
That's right, Karen. That's after two large trees, you may be able to see them there, crashed through the roof here while she was in the bathroom. She's okay, just thankful to be alive. So is the owner of this home where 3 massive trees crashed through his roof, landing in his bedroom where he was in the bed when debris came crashing down. It just was a frightening morning for neighbors here.
We were all traumatized.
This is what had Eric Clark, his wife, and a house guest so traumatized.
It made my wife scream out, Jesus.
2 large trees came crashing down on his home during Monday morning storm.
There's this rumbling across the sky.
Then Clark said it went eerily quiet.
I heard that tree snapping, and then the boom of the hit. And that frightened us.
The 2 trees tore through the roof, knocking out the ceiling above the bathroom while the house guest was using it.
The roof fell on them. The noise was tremendous.
She is okay.
It just knocked the tree down.
We were with the National Weather Service as they surveyed the damage in the area, trying to determine if it was a tornado that came through. Keith Stellman is following the path of what the radar indicated was a tornado.
And if I'm finding damage that lines up with that, then it's probably going to be a tornado.
You were in that bed? In that bed right there.
Ben Huntley Jr. was in his bed watching news reports about a tornado warning when all of a sudden 3 trees crashed through his roof, sending debris and tree limbs everywhere, one almost hitting him. I asked him what was he thinking.
I don't know. It's just amazing that I'm still here. That's all I can tell you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I told Ben Huntley Jr. it was good to talk to him and not talk to a relative, because one of these trees that caused him great harm, he told me it's good to talk to you too. As we mentioned at the top, the National Weather Service has determined that this was in fact a tornado. We're live in DeKalb County. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
And Tom, we had heard earlier that no one was injured. So was she hurt and had to go to the hospital, or was it from all of that going on around her?
Yeah, no, she's okay. She went to the hospital, but she's okay.
All right. Tom Jones, thank you.
Our chief meteorologist, Brad Nitz, has guided us through the storms. He joins us now live from Severe Weather Center 2.
Yeah, and I guess that's the most important stat out of all this, right? No injuries, no fatalities from the tornado. Here's a look at the damage reports, wind damage primarily from yesterday. Now, I just got word that in Upson County, that was the other tornado warning that I was tracking live with meteorologist Brian Monahan. That's been confirmed as a tornado, but still putting together the information. So we'll have more on that and the path coming up. But here's the DeKalb County tornado that Tom Jones just showed us in South DeKalb near Snapfinger. An EF0 tornado, peak winds of 75 miles an hour caused all that damage to the trees. The path was 2.7 miles long and 135 yards wide. Trees down and 3 houses impacted as Tom Jones just showed us. Well, in the wake of that, of course, we had the snow showers and sleet yesterday, and now sunshine and chilly temperatures. We started in the 20s. We're in the 40s with dry air. And the pollen count yesterday measured in the morning in the extreme range. This morning measured down in the high range. Coming up, take you through the hour-by-hour forecast and day by day, looking ahead towards the beginning of spring and right on schedule, a big warm-up.
And we are following this breaking news right now. I-75 shut down in Bartow County after a shooting involving a sheriff's deputy. You're looking live right now from a GDOT camera where dozens of emergency vehicles are on the scene there. We are currently making calls in our newsroom to find out exactly what has happened here. Again, this is I-75 near Highway 20, right on the edge of Cartersville in Bartow County. You see the crime scene tape that is up surrounding a pickup truck sitting there in the middle of the road. A Channel 2 Action News reporter and photographer are headed to that scene right now, and we will bring you new information just as soon as we have it. A man lost his job after fighting back against a shoplifter who attacked an elderly coworker.
And as soon as I got away from out of that door, someone hit me in the back of the head with something.
New at 4, what he says Kroger accused him of, that's not true.
And we're staying on top of this breaking news, a shooting near a VA clinic in North Georgia. The gunman is dead. Another victim in the hospital. We're working to get new information.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson.
I'm Fred Blankenship. Channel 2 Action News this morning is the only place for triple team traffic.
Mike Shields leads our 24-hour traffic center. This team has the warnings, hundreds of cameras, and all your alternate routes.
And the only traffic forecast for later in the day. So you'll know if construction or big events will impact your drive home.
In the morning, see what's new.
Don't miss a day. Join us. Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7. And streaming on WSB now. Dad, it's your shot.
Daly! Having John Daly as your designated swinger, that's a power move. Bank shot!
This cannot be legal.
Hiring America's largest injury law firm for your injury, that's also a power move. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
The people.com.
Have you been putting off replacing those old windows?
Window Source of Atlanta has a deal of a lifetime for you. Right now, you can get 8 windows for $51.99.
That'd be like $10,000 if you bought it from one of those big companies.
All you need to do is go to windowsourceatlanta.com and click that big button that says, I want 8 windows for $51.99.
But it's only through the end of April, so lock in your savings right now.
WindowSourceAtlanta.com.
At Atlanta Allergy and Asthma, we believe you deserve an allergy-free life. Since 1972, we've been our community's trusted experts in diagnosing and treating allergies, asthma, and immune disorders. Allergy symptoms aren't just annoying. Left untreated, they can lead to other health issues, poor sleep, fatigue, and missed days of school or work. So if you're over the counter, visit one of Atlanta Allergy and Asthma's 19 locations, where relief is always within reach.
It's the dream we all share, to be anything and go anywhere. So if you need room for your family, your gear, side hustle, or anything else, get the SUV designed for your dream. The Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Now get up to $6,250 in total savings on a 2026 Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
It was a fixed game. Corrupt career politician Burt Jones voted to legalize the $6 billion coin-operated gambling machine industry in Georgia. Jones required half of the revenue be given to owners of the properties where the machines are located. So who owns those properties? Corrupt career politician Burt Jones. He fixed the game, bet big on corruption, and hit the jackpot.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is a job for Sponsored Jobs.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
Fish, delish, fish, delish. New crispy, crunchy shrimp out high with fish puffs inside. New $5.99 for meal deals. Unreal. Captain D's fish, delish.
We're starting on top of breaking news where suspected shooter is dead at a Veterans Affairs clinic in Pickens County. The suspect is from Jasper, according to the police chief there. One victim was airlifted to the hospital. The police chief said no one else was hurt. A reporter and photographer are on the scene getting more information, and we will bring you the very latest developments as soon as we have them. Wendy?
Happening now, a jury is deliberating a murder case, deciding the fate of a former health department worker who's accused of murdering an engineer. Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez is live outside of the DeKalb County Courthouse. Ty, you just spoke to the victim's family.
Wendy, in the last hour, I spoke right here and I talked to the victim's family. They're feeling very optimistic. They like what the state did at the end. They're hoping for a guilty verdict, but they said no matter what happens, they will be able to start their healing journey now that the trial part of this is over.
It's broken us.
It was extremely difficult for the family of Cole Pitter to sit in the same courtroom as defendant Keenan Williams, accused of killing their loved one, especially while Williams' defense attorney gave the jury several reasons why they should let him walk free.
There's been no evidence from the crime scene that places my client at the location. There was no evidence from ballistic that links my client at all.
But the reason why Williams ended up in this seat as the defendant in Cole Pitter's murder is because 1 month before the shooting.
And he kept doing it. Then when they didn't answer the door, this is what he did.
Police recovered this surveillance video. They say it shows Williams breaking into the home of his child's mother, which was Cole Pitter's girlfriend at the time, which was July of last year. The state told the jury that Williams did everything to cover his steps, like use his stepfather's car on the night of the murder, that flock cameras pinged. The state said Williams mysteriously turned off his phone for a couple hours at the time of the fatal shooting.
Day one, he came in there smiling. He looked cocky. He felt like he just had it. He felt like he was going to get off and that was it.
It was hard to close this. But with what I'm expecting this afternoon or whenever the jury comes back, I can personally close this chapter.
One of the hardest parts of today for everyone in the courtroom was hearing and watching the shooting. There were 16 shots fired. 9 of those shots hit the victim. The family is leaning on their faith so that they feel forgiveness instead of the spirit of revenge. We will stay on top of this and let you know as soon as the verdict comes across. We are live here in DeKalb County. Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
A medical device facility is permanently closing locations in Georgia. More than 200 people will lose their jobs. KPR sterilizes single-use medical equipment. The cleaning solution they use is ethylene oxide. The Food and Drug Administration says it's a carcinogen, but the Environmental Protection Agency wants to reduce its restrictions. The company has 2 locations in Richmond County, which will close by October of this year. The company says it will host a job fair for terminated employees and provide a health coverage subsidy. Well, the Kennesaw State Owls are making their second trip to the NCAA tournament, where they will face Gonzaga in Portland, Oregon on Thursday night.
Now new at 4 o'clock, Channel 2 sports director Zach Klein is here with how one journalism student used social media to raise money for the trip.
Hey guys, for sure. Kennesaw State journalism student Kai Millette is a senior at the school and has covered the Owls basketball team since his freshman year. He was there for their first NCAA run back in 2023 and now this one. When he saw the Owls location for the game, his first reaction was, wow, it's out west in Portland. But then it was time to check out the ticket prices for the flight, which varied from $700 to $1,000 or more. On a student budget, writing for the school paper, the Sentinel, it was going to be hard for him to come up with that much money at the last minute. So after some conversations with his peers, he decided to post a GoFundMe late Sunday night. His goal, $1,200 to cover flight and hotel and some food. By late Monday morning, it surpassed more than $1,500, so he was able to book it and get it done. He was even surprised to see one of his first donations come in from Owls head football coach Jerry Mack.
It's been really rewarding and encouraging because of all the different kinds of people that have donated. People within the KSU community who I've never met personally, who have just, appreciated the work I've done over the last few years. Personal friends of mine who have just wanted to help me out. And then there have been, journalists from all sorts of random corners of the country who just wanted to back a student journalist getting the chance to cover their mid-major school in March Madness. So I feel very seen and appreciated. And, I'm very thankful for everybody who was willing to contribute.
Yeah, Kai says he's going to stay in Portland until Sunday. So if the Owls advance to the second round, he will be there. If you'd like to follow his progress, go follow him on Twitter or on the Owl Chat podcast. Wendy?
That is so great. Zach, thank you. A statewide ban on cell phones in public high schools during the school day.
At the end of the day, cell phones in school are a distraction.
He said it. The benefits one student says he's seen when students are not on their devices.
One metro area county is tackling a trash problem. What they're doing next week to keep the county clean that could save you a fee. And breaking news, a shooting involving a sheriff's deputy, I-75 block near Highway 20 outside Cartersville. This is Bartow County. A Channel 2 Action News reporter, photographer on the way to this scene.
Weather presented by Montlick. Injured? Speak to an attorney for free.
If you've been hurt in an accident and want to get through it with the best results and least amount of stress, Montlick is the firm for you. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, no nonsense. For honest and ethical legal help, call Montlick at #WIN. That's pound 946.
Life is a circle. It isn't always perfect, but it is powerful. Moving through moments that test us and transform us. Within this circle, we see the first breakthrough that bends fear toward hope. The first moment that says the end is the beginning. At Emory Healthcare, we are driven by firsts, inspired by second chances, all to keep life's circle moving forward.
One more?
It's replacement window season. You have ugly, hard to open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows. Because when you buy two, you get two free. Buy two Champion windows, get two free? I guess that means if you buy four, you get four free. Buy six, get six free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champions Buy Two Get Two free sale ends soon.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Check out the Digi game that's stampeding through Georgia. Play Bison Stampede for a chance to win big money and a progressive jackpot. Play online or on your mobile device today at playdigi.com. Triple the jackpots, triple the fun with Jumbo Bucks Triple Play. Win up to $500,000. Go online or your mobile device to play today at playdigi.com. Collect your favorite fruit symbols playing Georgia WildStar Multiplier for your chance to win up to $300,000 instantly. Go to playdigi.com to play over 100 Digi games only from the Georgia Lottery.
What I love about working at Kaiser Permanente is how we make care accessible for our members. Our 24/7 advanced urgent care centers are there, providing everything from IV fluids and antibiotics to advanced imaging. These centers ensure members get the right care at the right time, whether it's a minor issue or something more serious. It's all about being there and making healthcare as accessible and effective as possible.
Kaiser Permanente.
In 1776, America made a promise. In 1941, we proved we meant it. That fighting spirit still lives on in the Jeep brand. Now, with the Jeep Declaration of Deals, get 0% financing for 60 months on select 2025 models, or we'll cover your sales tax. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days. Jeep, there's only one.
Or right now, current FCA owners or lessees get $9,500 total bonus cash allowance on 2025 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon and Mojave models. See your Atlanta area Jeep brand dealer.
Let me put this in language even a corrupt politician can understand. Burt Jones is a stone-cold liar.
Rick Jackson, the conservative fighter Georgia needs.
I never made one penny off of Planned Parenthood, and I sure as hell never supported transgendering our kids. Those are sick lies. I'm tired of politicians who will lie or say anything to get elected, and that's why I'm running for governor.
If you've been hurt in an accident and want to get through it with the best results and least amount of stress, Montlick is the firm for you. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, no nonsense. For honest and ethical legal help, call Montlick at #WIN. That's pound 946.
Developing now in the war with Iran. Israel says it's killed 2 top Iranian officials tied to the regime. One of them was Iran's national security chief. He was tied directly to the former supreme leader.
Channel 2's Linda Stouffer joins us from the Satellite News Center to talk about potential involvement from other nations in the war, Linda.
Right now, NATO has no plans to join the United States against Iran, according to President Donald Trump. The president also says the U.S. does not need NATO's help. He's asked several times for other nations to assist, especially with patrolling the strait where oil ships have been stuck. French President Emmanuel Macron and United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer both have said they will not be joining the military action in the Middle East.
I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake. And I've long said that, I wonder whether or not NATO would ever be there for us. So this was a great test because we don't need them, but they should have been there.
And the top U.S. counterterrorism official stepped down today. Joe Kent has said in his letter, Iran posed, quote, no imminent threat to our nation, and he couldn't support the war. Live in the Satellite News Center, Linda Stouffer, Channel 2 Action News.
We are staying on top of the latest coming out of the Middle East, including the impacts here at home. We'll bring you any new updates on air and also online at WSB-TV.com.
Today on Wall Street, the markets closed in the last half hour, ending the day in the green. The Dow ended the day up just over 46 points, while the NASDAQ also ended the day in the green, up 105 points.
Plans are in the works for a new hospital in the metro.
A dream come true for me. It's a dream come true for the people of South Fulton County.
When patients can expect to start seeing some doors open.
A man says he lost his job after fighting off a shoplifter who attacked an elderly co-worker. For what he says Kroger accused him of. That's not true.
Freeze warning tonight, likely our last freeze of the winter. Spring building in as warmth builds in. I'll show you when we're back in the 80s coming up.
For adults with type 2 diabetes, do you know about Mounjaro? With Mounjaro, 3 out of 4 people reached an A1C of less than 7%. Plus, people lost up to 25 pounds. Don't take Mounjaro if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or vision changes. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. And before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and may cause kidney problems. Get to know Mounjaro at Mounjaro.com. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Mounjaro.
New Nissan? Correct. Hey. You got to put it through its paces.
He can take it.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event featuring Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Now get 0% APR on select SUVs for well-qualified buyers, or get $3,500 customer cash on Rogue.
Donald Trump is driving up our costs and rigging the system for billionaires while you pay the price. I'm Jason Estevez. As governor, I'll tackle Trump's chaos head on. I'll use every tool that we have. Take Trump to court, and I'll pass legislation to protect our families. I'll end the billions in tax giveaways to AI data centers and instead put more money in your pockets. I'll invest in universal child care, and we're going to expand Medicaid. Georgia, it's time to fight back.
Facing an 18-wheeler wreck is tough. The insurance company's delays claims, swings gains. Nonsense. It's go time, team. We're unstoppable in helping you get what you deserve. Faster. One call, that's all. Call 10.com.
This month, the madness begins, and we're swishing $25 into your account. And all you have to do is sign up on FanDuel Predicts. And just like that, you can trade the tournament. Let the madness begin.
Atlanta, it's time to sweep the hoot. Saturday, March 21st from 9 until noon. Last year, more than 1,000 volunteers cleared 41 tons of trash. Scan the QR code to help. You can walk, wade, or paddle. Family to family and Georgia Natural Gas. Community coverage you can count on.
We are staying on top of breaking news. First in Bartow County, where I-75 is shut down after a shooting involving a sheriff's deputy. You're looking live right now from a GDOT camera where dozens of emergency vehicles are gathered there on the scene. This is I-75 near Highway 20, just outside of Cartersville. A Channel 2 Action News reporter and photographer are headed that way, and we'll bring you new information just as soon as we have it. And also, a suspected shooter is dead at a Veterans Affairs clinic in Pickens County. Caution tape marks the scene there, where Jasper police say federal investigators are now on the scene. We are working to figure out the condition of the person who was shot and airlifted to the hospital. We're going to continue to work to get you the latest developments and bring them to you here when we have them.
Oh, very cold this morning for this time of year. I mean, we got down into the 20s. Right now, we're in the 40s, despite sunshine. A couple of exceptions made it up to the low 50s in Eatonton, but not quite to 40 in Blairsville. So that's what we're looking at now. Clear blue sky. This is a live look from Atlanta Botanical Gardens, where we've got hundreds of thousands of spring flowers have been planted there. And of course, it's chilly, but beautiful. Easy to dress for with a lighter breeze. Now, with the sunshine, we'll be in the mid 40s at 7. Then after the sun sets, falling pretty quickly into the 30s. 39 at 9. By 11 o'clock, 36 degrees. And then tomorrow morning, down near freezing or below. And this is likely to be our last, this will be our last freeze of the winter. Doesn't mean we won't have a spring freeze, but 32 in Atlanta tomorrow morning. Mid to upper 20s for most of the rest of the year. Of course, a little bit colder in the mountains. So freeze warning has been issued for tonight across our entire area. And of course, you want to make sure that the pets have somewhere warm to be, like last night and this morning. And if you've planted spring flowers early, you want to protect those. Typically, we recommend waiting till middle of April, about tax day, when you're safe from a freeze or frost. So we're a little bit early for that, so we want to protect those cold sensitive plants. Lots of sunshine now. Some clouds building in overnight tonight after midnight, and we'll start with a partly cloudy sky to start the day with those temperatures that are below freezing. And then a lot of sunshine, some passing clouds tomorrow afternoon. So here's the setup. Cold again tonight as we dip down to the upper 20s to low 30s, and then warming up. Now Friday's the first day of spring. That's why I say this is the last freeze of winter. The winter's almost over, and we're going to be warming up in the days ahead. Near or into the low 80s by the weekend, where typically our average high this time of year is 65. So here's the forecast temperature trend: morning lows and afternoon highs. So chilly the next couple of days, but by Thursday afternoon, the mid 60s. Friday, first day of spring, mid 70s. First weekend of spring in the 80s, and we stay warm into early next week. Here's your 5-day forecast. So the weekend, always a view. Again, tomorrow, partly cloudy, low 32, high 56. Then mostly sunny Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as that warming trend really kicks in big time. Friday, first day of spring, there you go, mid 70s, and this weekend looks absolutely beautiful.
New at 4, shoplifters left and bloodied and with a concussion. Now, former DeKalb County Kroger manager told Channel 2 Action News' Matt Johnson it will cost him his job as well.
No telling what would have happened if I wouldn't have drawn their attention away.
Cell phone video shows suspects at a DeKalb County Kroger swinging a bag of paper towels at an elderly employee before shoving her. It also shows Michael's cell phone on the ground, moment after he says the suspects punched him in the head and left him with a concussion.
And as soon as I got away from out of that door, someone hit me in the back of the head with something.
Self had been the manager at that location on North Decatur Road for 14 years until May of last year. DeKalb County police are still looking for the suspects, and the incident left Self looking for a new job.
I didn't even get to talk to the people that decided to fire me.
The father of three says he stepped in to protect an elderly coworker, and Kroger fired him 3 days later for violating policy.
I literally just wanted to draw the attention away from my associates that were already on their way out there, get them to stop, and everybody just be done.
A Kroger spokesperson says she can't comment on personnel issues. I also asked for a copy of the employee policy when shopliftings happen, but haven't heard back.
The employee can get injured, as well as a lot of surrounding customers can get injured if the confrontation spreads.
Employment attorney Andrew Beal is not linked to this case, but he says more companies are putting it in writing. Don't engage with shoplifters. And what happens if you do is up to them.
I've seen much more in the way of admonishment or warnings rather than full termination.
Self says his termination letter accused him of starting the fight, but now he's out to clear his name.
At no point was I malicious in what I did, and at no point was it for my gain.
Matt Johnson, Channel 2 Action News.
DeKalb County wants to keep its streets and rivers clear of scrap tires. We've told you about their efforts to clear tires and debris from around the county. This weekend, they're hosting a free tire amnesty event. You can turn in old tires on Saturday, March 21st and the 28th at the Tax Commissioner's office on Memorial Drive. The county will take up to 10 tires per person.
The number of disciplinary incidents in Forsyth County schools is up compared to last year. Enrollment declined in the school district by slightly more than 300 students from 2025 to 2024. And the amount of students who were disciplined increased by more than 400. Get this, the total number of incidents in 2025 was more than 6,700.
New at 4, new rules for buying beer and wine have been approved just in time for a popular gathering in Coweta County. Noonan city leaders updated an ordinance which now allows people to buy alcohol at Porch Fest in May. There will be 4 booths set up between the University of West Georgia campus and Veterans Memorial Park, which will be home to the event's second go-around. The city council also paved the way for specialty beer and wine shops. Before, stores were only allowed to sell beer by the package. Leaders also granted an alcohol license to the Hooters location, which recently changed ownership.
A case of alleged porch piracy caught on camera here in the metro. Hear the clever way the suspect disguised himself, all new in the next half hour on Channel 2 Action News at 5.
South Fulton one step closer to having a hospital. Again, like county leaders say, there's now light at the end of the tunnel.
Racking up airline miles on a credit card could help you travel for less. Channel 2 consumer advisor Clark Howard examines if the upfront cost is worth it.
Team up with Calavan Kia and score big savings on your new ride. Are you ready? Let's go.
Covering North Georgia like only Channel 2 Action News can. Life's complicated, so we're here to help. Our consumer advice cuts costs, and our investigations protect you. See what's new. Channel 2 Action News at 4, 5, and 6.
During the Rooms to Go anniversary sale, shop a great selection of dining rooms on sale. Add some charm, just $4.55. Add some color, just $5.77. Or add classic style, just $6.95. Shop and save, only at Rooms to Go.
Greetings, Ms. Smith. I hope this letter finds you in good spirits. Enclosed is your settlement check. As a person who's been in your shoes, I know the money in this envelope never fulfilled the void of losing your child. Please know that you and your family will always be in my prayers. And while each day is hard, it will get better. Trust me. If you ever need me, I am only a phone call away. Sincerely, Andre Dennis, attorney at law.
It's come to my attention that someone in here is trying to get rich. Preposterous. Is it?
Keno.
You pick 10 numbers, then Keno picks 20.
The more you match,
the more you win.
I saw Professor Chumley circling numbers.
Nonsense. It was the butler. Kevin!
Stop him! He's burning the evidence.
Ooh.
Oh, that game is hot. Win up to $100,000 every 3.5 minutes playing Keno.
Design you feel in every detail. Technology as innovative as it is effortless. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design. It's all about you during the Buick SUV sales event. Get this ultra-low mileage lease on this 2026 Buick Envista Preferred for around $299 per month.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is a job for Sponsored Jobs.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
When you've been hurt in an accident, hiring the right attorney can mean the difference between winning $10,000 or $10 million. Call the firm that wins big. Call Sweet James.
I don't care if you're Muslim or Mongolian. You don't have the right to force your culture on our country.
Conservative Rick Jackson.
Too often, criminal illegals commit sick, violent crimes, victimize our children, and get away with murder. So here's my guarantee to them. Do that when I'm governor, and you'll end up deported or departed.
Rick Jackson for Georgia.
Any questions?
During the Rooms to Go anniversary sale, shop a great selection of beautiful bedrooms on sale. This contemporary 5-piece set is just $9.99. 5 pieces, including dresser and mirror, just $9.99 in your choice of 2 great finishes. On sale at Rooms to Go.
Many frequent flyers sign up for airline rewards cards to accumulate miles, but if you don't fly often, are they still worth it? New at 4, Channel 2 consumer advisor Clark Howard explains why you might still want to consider that yearly fee.
You're going to go on any airline flight this year, and what are you going to hear? A pitch for you if you're watching the video content on the plane or even hearing the flight attendants making announcements for you to get a credit card for that airline. And they start typically at an annual fee of about $100. And the question is, why are they pushing them so hard? Do you know today airlines make most of their profits from those credit cards that they're getting paid by the banks whose credit card is their co-brand? And what's in it for you? If you fly a particular airline all the time, well, it's actually great to have one of their credit cards. But what if you fly almost never? It may be worth it for you to get the $100 card because with it, you get a free bag every time you fly instead of paying these huge baggage charges you pay otherwise. I'm Clark Howard.
Georgia students could soon have to pack away their phones. What lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say about a new bill to ban cell phones at school.
A new report is out on one type of bug you definitely don't want to find in your home, where experts say the infestations are on the rise.
One metro area city is moving forward with plans for a new hospital as area leaders blame each other for why it hasn't happened sooner.
When dangerous storms hit, Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz and Severe Weather Team 2 had you covered.
Damaging winds 60 to 70 miles an hour. The possibility for a spin-up tornado.
Real-time alerts.
You have 8 minutes to get to your safe space. Reports of trees on homes.
Life-saving technology.
Storm Tracker 2 in 3D. Powerful wind rising upward.
Triple team traffic. Tracking delays.
All lanes are blocked with debris across the roadway.
Every platform. Every update. Severe Weather Team 2. Coverage you can count on.
After an accident, don't risk your future. Demand top dollar.
Injured victims here in Atlanta know to call Gary Martin Hayes and Associates. We have the resources and power to get every dollar our clients are owed.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Right now, get over $7,300 total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado. Plus, Costco Executive members can get a $1,250 members-only incentive.
At Georgia Power, we're proud to power the people who power our state. From the home to the office and everywhere in between, we're here for you. That's why we froze base rates last year, so you have more predictability, stability, and money in your pocket. You work hard, so we're working hard for you. Energy you can trust at a cost you can depend on. Georgia Power. We're here for Georgia. We're here for you.
Burt Jones is losing, so now he's lying about Rick Jackson. But a few months ago, here's what Burt had to say.
My good friend Rick Jackson knows firsthand what it's like to grow up in the foster care system. And that's what makes his commitment to helping others so powerful. We're incredibly grateful for his leadership and his friendship and his knowledge. Thank you again, Rick, for all that you do for Georgia.
When you see Burt's new attack ads, remember, he doesn't believe them either.
When the insurance company tries to play games with you, it's best to put a powerhouse local law firm between you and them. Don't risk your future. Call 1-800-WIN-WIN-1. Gary Martin Hayes and Associates right now.
We are staying on top of two breaking news stories for you right now. The first is in Bartow County. It is at Highway 20 near Cartersville, where Highway 20 is shut down. This is just outside of Cartersville. We have confirmed with the GBI that they are investigating an officer-involved shooting right now. We do have a Channel 2 Action News reporter and photographer headed that way to get you more information, and we'll pass it along to you just as soon as we have that. We're also following a suspected shooter who is dead at a Veterans Affairs clinic in Pickens County. Caution tape, as you see here on your screen, still marks that scene. Jasper police say federal investigators are there on the scene as well. We are working to figure out the condition of a person who was shot and airlifted to the hospital. So we'll continue working this to bring you the latest developments just as soon as we have them. Karen?
New at 4, plans to expand healthcare access approved. It comes just one day before commissioners are set to vote on building a $900 million hospital in South Fulton. The proposed site is on Campbellton-Fairburn Road in Union City. Channel 2's Audrey Washington is there now, and Audrey, commissioners told you they hope to see a hospital there in a couple of years.
And first, I just want to show you the scene out here. Right here behind me, you can see that is a Grady building under construction right there. That building is empty. And then right over here to the left, you can see there's more construction over there. But the Fulton County commissioners I spoke with today, including the chairman, told me South Fulton County is in desperate need of a hospital. And now they feel they are one step closer to making that a reality. Some call South Fulton County a healthcare desert, but Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. takes it one step further.
What we are experiencing in South Fulton is medical apartheid.
As we reported, Wellstar closed both Atlanta Medical Center and its East Point Urgent Care and left thousands of people with no nearby ER. In 2022, I spoke with an East Point resident. But now some much needed relief on the horizon. Wednesday, the Board of Commissioners will vote on a proposal that partners with the Grady Health System to build a new $900 million full service hospital in South Fulton County.
The Grady board has voted to approve moving forward with phase 3 of a hospital in South Fulton.
Grady administration wrote in part, quote, "We look forward to engaging with the Fulton County Board of Commissioners at Wednesday's meeting and to sharing more about our vision for expanding healthcare access in South Fulton County." But Tuesday, Arrington accused Chairman Rob Pitts of past inaction and says he should have declared a healthcare state of emergency in Fulton County.
There were 6 votes in support of this, and Chairman Pitts was the sole person that did not vote.
What is your reaction to what Mr. Arrington said about you not voting on the state of emergency in Fulton County?
No reaction at all. This is a great day for South Fulton County. I've been working on this project behind the scenes for many years, and it's a dream come true.
And I'm told that phase 1 of this project, which is a freestanding ER right there behind me, will actually open on June 2nd. And that's the very latest. We are live here in South Fulton County. I'm Audrey Washington, Channel 2 Action News.
We know the residents of South Fulton County are going to be very happy to have a facility so close, so nearby. Audrey, thanks.
We do have some sad news to share now. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office announced their beloved canine therapy dog, Louie, has passed away. Louis was taken to an urgent vet care Sunday morning to be checked out for a fever and unexpectedly passed. He was better known as Laid Back Louis, who they described as an inquisitive, laid back old soul. Severe Weather Team 2 says we have another freeze warning tonight.
Get ready. Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz is live in Severe Weather Center 2.
Yeah, so we're in the last few days of winter. Another freeze warning tonight. Make sure, like last night and this morning, your pets have somewhere warm to be. If you've planted some spring flowers already, you're going to want to protect those tonight. Another live look outside of the Botanical Gardens. Just beautiful with all the flowers and absolutely clear blue sky above. Falling through the 40s into the 30s after the sun sets. No threat for rain. 36 degrees by 11 o'clock. So here's what we can expect. Tonight, tomorrow morning, the final freeze of winter. Well, that's mainly because winter is almost over. Spring begins on Friday. We certainly have a spring freeze or frost. That's a possibility. In fact, my recommendation is wait till middle of April, tax day, before you plant those spring flowers. Make sure we're kind of safely past the time we'd likely have a frost. But we are really going to turn much warmer later this week into the weekend. I've got some 80s in my 5-day forecast that's coming up at 5.
All right, Brad, thank you so much. Check your sheets. Bed bug cases are on the rise across Georgia. That's according to a new report from Terminix. Florida, Texas, and Tennessee seeing large infestations with pest control companies receiving increased calls, especially at popular spring break spots like motels and youth hostels. And we're hearing today from the mother of the one and only survivor of a triple shooting near the University of Georgia. Channel 2's Linda Stouffer joins us live in the newsroom, giving us a few previews of this story. We'll have all new on Channel 2 Action News at 5, Linda.
We've been working on this today, Karen. The mom says her son is seriously hurt right now in the hospital.
Yesterday I said, son, you're a fighter. I need you to keep fighting.
All new at 5. Hear how she says her son knew the man accused of hurting him and killing 2 other people over the weekend. And we're staying on top of breaking news in Pickens County near Jasper, a shooting at a VA clinic. Over the last hour, our reporter at the scene has been gathering new information for a live report we're getting ready for you on Channel 2 Action News at 5. And the latest on the deputy shooting in Bartow County. It's all coming up in just a few minutes. Hope to see you on Channel 2 Action News at 5.
Major delays at airports, long lines at TSA checkpoints. Channel 2 Action News investigates what airlines owe you if you miss a flight. That's all new on Channel 2 Action News at 5.
And we're talking to lawmakers on both sides of the aisle about cell phones in school and whether students need to get ready to power down.
Spring into savings with West Shore Home. There's never been a better time to upgrade your bathroom. And right now, the savings add up fast. So you're going to want to stay tuned. At West Shore Home, we make home remodeling easy. From your free, no-obligation design consultation to your completed installation, you can feel confident every step of the way. That's also why we only use our teams of highly trained employee installers, never subcontractors. They make sure the job gets done right the first time. To get started, just call the number on your screen now. If your tub or shower is outdated, cracked, or just hard to clean, this is your chance to save big. For a limited time, we're offering free installation on all bathroom models. And to make it even easier, you can get started with no money down and 18 months of no interest financing. That's a year and a half to enjoy your upgraded space interest-free. And when we say remodel, we mean a fast, efficient process, not one that's going to drag out for weeks on end. With durable, easy-to-clean materials designed to look great and last for years. Now, if you're thinking bigger, maybe you want to upgrade more than one bathroom, or you've got multiple projects in your home, even beyond the bathroom. This is where the savings really start to stack up. With our buy one, get one offers, the more you buy, the more you save. Buy a full bathroom remodel and get a shower in another bathroom absolutely free. It's the perfect way to tackle multiple projects at once and maximize your savings. So again, you've got 2 great options. If you're focused on just one project, you can get started now with no money down and take advantage of free installation. Or if you're ready to do more, you can lock in buy one, get one savings for even more value. So whether you're upgrading one bathroom or transforming multiple spaces in your home, now's the time. Plus, lock in 18 months of no interest financing. Call the number on your screen, scan the QR code, or visit westshorebath.com to lock in these amazing savings before they're gone. West Shore Home. Remodeling reimagined.
New Nissan? Correct. Hey. You got to put it through its paces.
he can take it.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event featuring Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Now get 5,000 customer cash on Pathfinder, or get 0% APR on select SUVs for well-qualified buyers.
It was a fixed game. Corrupt career politician Burt Jones voted to legalize the $6 billion coin-operated gambling machine industry in Georgia. Jones required half of the revenue be given to owners of the properties where the machines are located. So who owns those properties? Corrupt career politician Burt Jones. He fixed the game, bet big on corruption, and hit the jackpot.
Fish, delish, fish, delish. New crispy, crunchy shrimp pound high with fish puffs inside. New $5.99 for meal deals. Unreal. Captain D's fish, delish.
It's a fool's play to take on the insurance company on your own after a wreck. Call me. We anticipate their every move and outsmart them at their own rigged game. I can still see you. One call, that's all.
Callcan.com.
New at 4, Georgia is another step closer to banning cell phones in high schools around the state. Channel 2's Richard Elliott is live at the state capitol where the ban is gaining bipartisan momentum. Richard.
Yeah, and it's gaining momentum because they're getting back new data from the cell phone ban already in place for elementary and middle schools. And the data shows that students do a whole lot better when they aren't on these.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, unanimous.
In a rare show of bipartisan support, Democrats joined Republicans in approving a bill that would keep high school students from using their cell phones from the morning bell to the afternoon bell and all the other bells in between.
I mean, it's just like the cigarette for our generation.
Nathan DeSilva is a senior at Milton High School. He says he's already seen the benefits of banning cell phones during the school day.
They don't constantly have this nagging perception of that AI algorithm that wants to draw them back to the phone, to wasting time, to all of these platforms that are really addictive and not really helping them in the environment.
A great bill. It's going to make a real big impact in folks' lives.
Peachtree Corners Republican Scott Hilton wrote last year's bill that banned cell phones in elementary and middle schools. He says he's got nothing but positive feedback.
We've learned so much through the K-8 cell phone free that it was a natural momentum and progression that led to the high school and where we're at today. And again, all data that's showing us that test scores are up, grades are up, and fights in the classroom are down.
The bill has the support of teachers associations and Georgia Democrats, including Atlanta Democrat Sally Harrell.
Without the phones, their stress level is lower because they're all the time trying to keep up, or they're comparing, or they're feeling like they're going to get left out of something, which is a constant state of anxiety.
So that bill passed unanimously out of that committee, now heads to the full Senate for a vote. We're live at the state capitol. Richard Elliott, Channel 2 Action News.
We're working on all news stories right now for Channel 2 Action News at 5.
The mother of a survivor in a triple shooting here in North Georgia comes forward.
How? Why? What? Just so many questions go through your mind because you just don't understand.
All new at 5, the surgical procedure that will change his life forever.
And long security waits, ground stops, delays, and cancellations happening at the world's busiest airport. Your rights as a passenger. All new on Channel 2 Action News at 5.
And a new live picture from breaking news. Highway 20 shut down in Bartow County. A deputy shot a person here. We're asking a lot of questions. A Channel 2 Action News reporter and photographer are on the way to this scene.
Selling a home the traditional way, it's very stressful. So we came up with the guaranteed offer. You go to our website, we set an appointment, we bring you an all-cash offer. It's really that simple. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer and start packing.
In 1776, America made a promise. In 1941, we proved we meant it. That fighting spirit still lives on in the Jeep brand. Now, with the Jeep Declaration of Deals, get 0% financing for 60 months on select 2025 models, or we'll cover your sales tax. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days. Jeep, there's only one.
Or right now, current FCA owners or lessees can finance and get $7,500 total bonus cash allowance. 2025 Jeep Brand. See your Atlanta area Jeep Brand dealer.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Another injury lawyer barking for attention. Well, not quite. They call me Buddy, and I'm just here to protect you from that insurance guy, Mr. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, since fault hasn't been clearly established.
Unfortunately, we can't cover your medical expenses.
It's about time you've heard. Congratulations.
Whew, thank you, buddy.
Call today, 844-42. Buddy.
The guaranteed offer is the simplest, least stressful way to sell your home. We pay all cash. We close in as little as 21 days. Literally, there's no lockbox on the front of your house. There's no showings. Go to marksman.com to get a guaranteed offer and start packing.
Local law enforcement under investigation right now. We're sharing what we've learned from both scenes in just the past hour.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 5 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
And we are on both breaking news stories here at 5. Glad you're with us. I'm Linda Stouffer, in today for George Estevez.
And I'm Karen Greer. First, a highway blocked. There are dozens of emergency vehicles. A deputy shot someone right here in Bartow County. This is Highway 20 at Interstate 75 near Cartersville. Here's a live look at that highway from a Georgia Department of Transportation camera. And you can see the yellow police tape there surrounding that white pickup truck. We made a map to show you right where this is near Cartersville. We have a reporter and photographer on the way to the scene. We will bring you new information as soon as we have it.
And this breaking news, a deadly police shooting at a VA clinic in Pickens County. This is the parking lot of a shopping center along East Church Street.
That's just south of downtown Jasper, near the intersection of Highway 53 and Bell Avenue. It's also where Channel 2's Michelle Newell joins us live. Michelle, what have you learned?
Still quite an active scene. You can see investigators out here just gathering evidence, really trying to figure out what led up to this. Police haven't released any information about who the victim is or what their condition is, but I did speak with a man who was inside a Goodwill near the VA clinic when he heard gunshots. Police say a man walked into the VA clinic around 1 o'clock and fired shots. Jasper police officers say they found the shooter outside the clinic. When they arrived, they shot him. He didn't survive. We know he lived in Jasper. The GBI and the FBI are both investigating. They don't know why the shooter was at the VA clinic, but they do know this is where he's from. This was quite the chaotic scene, as you can imagine, as those shots rang out. Police people who were nearby ducked for cover. There is a restaurant, a Goodwill, and a few other businesses in the shopping center. A man who was in the Goodwill told me he heard rapid gunfire. He said a bullet went through the wall right near where he was standing. He thought he was going to die. He and other shoppers ducked for cover. They were on lockdown inside the store for at least 1 hour.
I was calling my wife and there's a shooting going on here. And just want to tell you I love you.
Eye-opening, I guess, for the citizens here. Shock. A lot of shock factor. We don't have this often.
Yeah, that was the police chief for the Jasper Police Department. He is out here as well. Again, still a very active scene. I did speak with the man who owns this entire shopping center. He told me the sheriff's office contacted him not long after this happened, told him to come out here so that they could get access to his security cameras because there are 4 cameras located in front of the building. We're working on that story for Channel 2 Action News at 6. Live from Pickens County, Michelle Newell, Channel 2 Action News.
Michelle, thank you. Had to be so scary for everyone there. And now more details on VA safety. The Office of Inspector General did a deep dive into security and how well prepared facilities are. In 2022, they noted 36 separate serious incidents at 32 VA medical facilities. Inspectors visited 70 VA facilities that year for in-depth reviews. They found security deficiencies and vulnerabilities at all of them. Officials cited staffing challenges as a significant factor.
Breaking news at 5. Hall County Sheriff is off the job for now. Within the last 20 minutes, we learned Governor Kemp suspended Sheriff Gerald Couch. Couch was charged with DUI while he was driving a county car. The governor appointed a committee to investigate, and they recommended a 60-day suspension.
New at 5, the mother of the sole survivor of a triple shooting near UGA is updating us on her son's condition.
So I trust in God, and I just keep believing Landon's a fighter. Oh, because when the pressure goes back down, they actually...
Her son is recovering at Grady Memorial Hospital in downtown Atlanta, and Channel 2's Michael Seiden is there. He joins us live. Michael.
And I spoke with the mother of 20-year-old Landon Skinner. She tells me her son is stable right now, but remains in critical condition. She says doctors took him into surgery this afternoon and that she made that heartbreaking decision to have his left eye removed after he was shot in an effort to prevent a serious infection as he continues to fight for his life.
My son is a wonderful person, and my son's not going to give up.
A mother holding on to hope as her 20-year-old son fights for his life after a deadly shooting in downtown Athens. It happened around 2:20 Saturday morning in the 400 block of North Jackson Street. Police say 22-year-old Clayton Adams and 19-year-old Dylan Bentley were both killed. The only survivor, 20-year-old Landon Skinner, was shot in the eye and rushed to Grady Memorial Hospital, where he remains in critical condition.
I have decided to go ahead and let them remove the eye to prevent infection. The doctors just informed me that after he comes out of this, they're getting a lot of, he's being really responsive.
Investigators have arrested 22-year-old Mark DeSosa. He's now charged with malice murder, aggravated assault, and aggravated battery. Rose says DeSosa and her son were best friends and went out together that night. She says detectives have not released the motive, but tells me she's learned her son was jumped just before the shooting. She's not sure what led up to the gunfire and says she does not believe DeSosa would intentionally hurt her son.
My heart goes out to Mark as well, because I just can't fathom. I would never think that about Mark. He was always respectful to me, and like I said, good to my son.
And through all the fear and uncertainty, she says she's leaning on her faith.
It's just been really scary and just the unknown. So I'm just trusting God, and I just keep believing Landon's a fighter.
As you can imagine, Landon is going to have a long road to recovery. He's going to be here for a while. His family has set up a GoFundMe, as well as the other two victims. We have all that information on our website, WSB-TV.com. For now, we're live in downtown Atlanta. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
She says her son is a fighter, and we can tell she is too. Hope he recovers quickly. Michael, thank you.
We're now seeing a drier but chilly forecast after yesterday's storms cleared out. Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz is live in Severe Weather Center 2. Still winter.
Yeah, it's still chilly today, tonight, tomorrow, and then a big warm up. So the chilly part of the forecast is short term. Check this out. Clear blue sky above, and we have temperatures right now 48, our high for the day. Look how dry the air is. Dew point down in the teens and a northwest wind at 10 miles an hour. Pollen count, remember, that's measured in the morning. Yesterday, it was over 4,000 in the extreme range. Today, down to the high range again for the tree pollens, and a freeze warning in effect tonight into tomorrow morning. Make sure the pets have somewhere warm to be. Protect spring flowers if you've already planted those, because we're headed down to 32 in Atlanta, way below our average of 46, and mid to upper 20s across much of the area, including the suburbs. You get away from the city and down towards the upper 20s again tomorrow morning. From there, I'm tracking a big time warm up, gets us up into the 80s. My updated 5-day forecast coming up.
We're ready for it, Brad. Thanks. A local high school went on a hard lockdown today after police reported a threat nearby. That lockdown at Centennial High School, that's in Roswell, it's now been lifted. This afternoon, the school reached out to parents to let them know all the students and staff are safe. The principal also said extra police officers remained on campus all day in order to monitor any potential threats.
A Gwinnett County woman says a porch pirate is targeting her neighborhood, and the woman posted Ring camera videos of someone dressed like a delivery driver. And once the video went public on a popular neighborhood site, more victims stepped forward. Channel 2's Tom Regan is live in the next 10 minutes with how the victims are now fighting back.
You're now taking a live look over the world's busiest airport, which is even busier than usual right now. We told you just yesterday, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport seeing TSA wait times as long as 2 hours. Multiple ground stops in the past 24 hours. Well, things have improved today, but we did see another spike in wait times around lunchtime. Passengers, as you can imagine, frustrated.
I'm about to call my husband to come back and get me because my flight board's at 1:50. And it doesn't look like I'm going to make it.
Wow. Delta Airlines telling Channel 2 Action News the ground stops were necessary to get their schedules back on track, and crews needed rest following Monday's storms.
So Channel 2 consumer investigator Justin Gray joins us live now with your rights if you're caught in situations just like this, Justin.
Yeah, Linda, if you miss a flight, there are likely 3 reasons. It's the airline's fault, it's something out of the airline's control like the weather, or it's consider your fault. As you mentioned, Delta Airlines told us the ground stops are because of staffing and scheduling. In that case, according to a federal rule passed in 2024, if your flight is canceled or significantly delayed, in the case of this week's ground stops, airlines must issue a full refund. But what about these crowded security lines? That is not considered the fault of any airline. The burden in that case, it falls on you, the passenger, to check your wait times and allow enough time. Now, right now, TSA staff issues related to the partial government shutdown are slowing things down a lot on that end.
TSA has some of the best equipment in the world. But in order to properly utilize it, you have to have people, physical people there manning the machines.
Can check security wait times by going to TSA's website. In Atlanta, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport has it on their page, updated in real time. Take a look right now. The main and north checkpoints at around 15 minutes. The lower checkpoint, north checkpoint, is currently closed. Now, once through security, each domestic airline has its own policies about what it will do for delayed passengers waiting at the airport. The Department of Transportation laid it out in this easy-to-read chart. It covers everything from every airline for things like hotel accommodations, food, and vouchers. But it really is up to you to know these policies when you book, to monitor for the latest, ask those questions, to be your own advocate when these emergencies happen. Even that TSA case, they're not supposed to do anything. Be your own advocate.
And Candace McCown has been there for the last 2 days. She said, but what she's noticing is what's on the website, not the actual times that are there in the airport. So yeah, get there early.
Yeah, very much.
Thank
and
you, sir.
ask for what you're owed in that situation too, Justin. Thank you. Well, we asked lawmakers from Georgia to comment on what's being done in Washington to get funding for TSA, to get them paid and get the lines moving again. Their response ahead on Channel 2 Action News at 6.
A plan to turn a Metro Atlanta mall into a hockey arena is one step closer to becoming a reality. Jamestown and New York Life submitted a zoning application to redevelop North Point Mall. That's in the city of Alpharetta yesterday. The proposal calls for a 20,000-seat NHL hockey arena, music hall, and some hotels. There's no indication yet that the NHL is interested in bringing a team back to Metro Atlanta.
Cold again tonight. We'll be down near or below freezing to start the day. Then I'm tracking a big warm up in the days ahead. The beginning of spring will certainly feel like it. It's coming up.
A popular restaurant and hookah lounge failed its health inspection. We've shared the findings with locals.
That's really bad.
And are now bringing what inspectors say they found to you.
A suspected porch pirate disguised as an Amazon driver. We're talking to the victim of this crime who learned she's not the only one.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
I'm Dan Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, millions of people called us for representation. Why? Because trust grows when you win. And we've won over $30 billion and counting. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Design you feel in every detail. Technology as innovative as it is effortless. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design. It's all about you during the Buick SUV sales event. Get this ultra-low mileage lease on this 2026 Buick Envista Preferred for around $299 per month.
Have you been putting off replacing those old windows?
Window Source of Atlanta has a deal of a lifetime for you. Right now, you can get 8 windows for $51.99.
That'd be like $10,000 if you bought it from one of those big companies.
All you need to do is go to windowsourceatlanta.com and click that big button that says, I want 8 windows for $51.99.
But it's only through the end of April, so lock in your savings right now. windowsourceatlanta.com.
I'm a very active person that likes to move around and go. The pain I was in was really excruciating. I was basically heading towards a sedentary lifestyle. I had really tried everything, but I quickly lost hope with all of the things that we had tried, and that's what led me to the Good Feet store. And when I found the Good Feet system, it really just changed everything. It brought me back to life. I have my active lifestyle back.
You too can get back out there with arch supports from the Good Feet store.
We are sisters. We're twins.
I score Grady 10 out of 10. I was treated like royalty. The NICU is phenomenal. The nurses helped me so much. Naomi was our primary nurse, and I don't know how many times I cried to her because I couldn't figure out how to breastfeed. She would just like, it's okay, and talk me through it. If you can't have your kids at Grady, have them at Grady.
Mommy is a paramedic and she saves people's lives. And I love her. I love you, Mommy.
This Kia Turbo Hybrid is built for all the things you've yet to do. Like taking a long drive just to throw a monster tailgate party at an away game.
Risk it, anyone?
Do what's yet to be done. The Kia Carnival Turbo Hybrid. Get 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2026 Carnival.
Burt Jones losing, so now he's lying about Rick Jackson. But a few months ago, here's what Burt had to say.
My good friend Rick Jackson knows firsthand what it's like to grow up in the foster care system. And that's what makes his commitment to helping others so powerful. We're incredibly grateful for his leadership and his friendship and his knowledge. Thank you again, Rick, for all that you do for Georgia.
When you see Burt's new attack ads, remember, he doesn't believe them either.
A happy place comes in many colors, like one that gets you all fired up. Bring happiness home with CertaPro painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro painters, that's painting happy.
We are staying on two breaking news stories right now. First, a highway is blocked and there are dozens of emergency vehicles. A deputy shot someone right there in Bartow County. That's Highway 20 at I-75 near Cartersville. You can see all the flashing lights. A live look at that highway from a Georgia Department of Transportation camera. You can also see yellow police tape surrounding what looks like a pickup truck. You can see it right there. And we made a map to show you where this is, again, near Cartersville. We have a Channel 2 Action News reporter and photographer on the way right now. We'll bring you new information from there as soon as we have it. And a deadly police shooting at a VA clinic in Pickens County. This is the parking lot of a shopping center along East Church Street, south of downtown Jasper. Now, if you know that area, that's near the intersection of Highway 53 and Bell Avenue. We have a Channel 2 Action News reporter there gathering new information for Channel 2 Action News at 6.
New at 5, neighbors say a man impersonating a package delivery driver is actually stealing the packages. One victim says the man stole a package right from her. There he is right there, and replaced it with someone else's package. Channel 2's Tom Regan is live at an apartment complex in Gwinnett County where one of the victims lives. Tom, she learned of more victims when she posted video on social media.
Yeah, absolutely, Karen. The woman who lives in this apartment tells me that her doorbell camera here actually caught this guy live in the act as he stole a package at the front of her door a few days ago. And she quickly learned she's not the only victim in the area.
I felt really violated. I've never had anybody steal anything from me.
London Davis Chapman says she was away at work Friday and expecting a package at her apartment. While checking video from her Ring camera on her phone, she spotted someone walking up to the porch and grabbing the package.
I see him pick up the package, and I was on the phone with my boyfriend at the time, so I hang up and I get on the Ring app actually, and I tell him, put my package back. He just kept going.
After she posted her video on the Nextdoor Neighborhood app, others shared their video, saying the same man stole packages from their porches and appeared to be posing as a package delivery driver. According to one victim,
she said that the UPS truck had dropped the package off, and at least 4 minutes later, he pulled up in whatever type of car, came up on her porch and took the package and left. So I think he's following the delivery vans or cars around.
In another video, the man is seen taking a package from a porch and leaving one behind, dressed in a blue vest.
The package that he left, it was already open. So she was assuming that he stole that package from someone else's house and didn't like what was inside of it. So then he switched that package with hers.
London says the package the thief stole from her contained a purse.
Well, how much was your purse worth?
It wasn't even that much. I think it was maybe $26. And then he's a man. So what were you going to do with that purse? I don't know.
Letta tells me she's filed a criminal complaint with police. I reached out to police to find out if they're looking into this rash of porch package thefts. I'm waiting to hear back. Live in Gwinnett County, Duluth, Tom Regan, Channel 2 Action News.
As they say, smile, you are on candid camera. Tom, thanks.
And now more details on protecting your packages. By one estimate, 36% of us have had at least one stolen. Security company ADT recommends video surveillance, or something called a porch pirate bag. Delivery drivers put the package in the bag and lock it to something on your porch. You can also require a signature for acceptance of your packages, or provide specific delivery instructions, or have it delivered somewhere else.
New at 5, as you sit down for dinner tonight, imagine the hundreds of seniors who will not have a hot meal. Meals on Wheels Atlanta is marking its annual week of March for meals to highlight the growing need for food connection among seniors. I rode along today with volunteers delivering more than just lunch for 1,100 seniors.
Good job.
On this busy morning in Atlanta, Frank and Serene Ballou hit the road.
Let's go.
With a simple mission: deliver meals. And today,
Morning.
it's about checking in on neighbors who might otherwise go unseen.
Meals on Wheels.
For many seniors, this knock is about more than food. It's about a connection.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Meals on Wheels Atlanta serves hundreds of seniors every week, many living alone on fixed incomes with disabilities. But that need is growing, and so are the challenges.
It was kind of interesting because when you first go, you really don't know what to expect. But when you get there, you really see the people are very needy and that they are very happy to be able to get food.
Serene says she's grateful she can do something so special to help others. She worries when their regular clients don't answer the door. And how long have you been a volunteer with MOA?
Since September 2024.
Why is this important to you?
Well, I'm retired, watching a lot of TV, so I thought, well, I need to give it back to society.
Currently, MOA has 800 seniors on the waiting list to get nutritionally tailored meals. If you'd like to be a volunteer, if you'd like to donate or contribute canned goods, we're making it easy for you. Just click on this QR code and it will direct you right to the Meals on Wheels Atlanta website. Store worker fired for fighting back on camera against a shoplifter. Hear what he says are the false allegations made against him.
The family of a 4-year-old stabbed to death last weekend is asking for help paying for her funeral. What they're now revealing about the life cut so short.
And the Iran war driving up costs all across the U.S. What a new study reveals about the conflict's long-term effects. Next at 5.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson. This is the place for unmatched traffic coverage. With our hundreds of cameras and alternate routes, Mike Shields keeps you ahead of it all. Join us, Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7, and streaming on WSB Now.
With Steel Battery. Save up to $50 on select AK battery tools. Shop in store or online.
Design you feel in every detail. Technology as innovative as it is effortless. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design. It's all about you during the Buick SUV sales event. Get this ultra-low mileage lease on this 2026 Buick Envista Preferred for around $299 per month.
Spring into savings with West Shore Homes. Out with the old and in with the new. With free installation and 18 months no interest financing. Schedule your free design consultation now at westshore.com. Don't miss out.
When you put your care into the hands of medical experts, mistakes can be made. When they do happen, it can cause someone to lose their life or have a lifetime of suffering. Call us here at the Dozier Law Firm. We're more than happy to help.
At Georgia, who power our state. From the home to the office and every in between, we're here for you. That's why we froze base rates last year. So you have more predictability, stability, and money in your pocket. You work hard, so we're working hard for you. Energy you can trust at a cost you can depend on. Georgia Power. We're here for Georgia. We're here for you.
The guaranteed offer is the simplest, least stressful way to sell your home. You go to our website, you fill out a quick form, we set an appointment, we bring you an all-cash offer. Literally, there's no lockbox on the front of your house, there's no showings, we pay all cash, we close in as little as 21 days, stress-free. We've helped thousands of homeowners just like you sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer and start packing.
I don't care if you're Muslim or Mongolian. You don't have the right to force your culture on our country.
Conservative Rick Jackson.
Too often, criminal illegals commit sick, violent crimes, victimize our children, and get away with murder. So here's my guarantee to them. Do that when I'm governor, and you'll end up deported or departed.
Rick Jackson for Georgia.
Any questions?
Channel 2 Action News is brought to you in part by Atlanta Toyota, your #1 dealer.
Get ready to roll in a new Toyota from Atlanta Toyota, Pleasant Hill Road, Duluth.
This local break on Channel 2 has been brought to you by Estes Heat, Air, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit EstesAir.com for free second opinions on plumbing quotes. It's that easy. It's Estes.
Now to a new report on credit card debt and the financial toll it's taking on many American families. It comes as the war with Iran drives up prices of gas, as well as things like groceries and travel.
Channel 2's Wendy Corona joins us live from the Satellite News Center with how many American families are looking for payment options as the debt clearly mounts.
Yeah, it's collecting, and even though the rocket strikes are happening thousands of miles away in the Middle East, many Americans are feeling the economic impacts right here at home. Iran blocking the Strait of Hormuz, stalling key oil is pushing the price for oil up, and drivers are shelling out more cash at the pump. AAA says the average price for a gallon of gas is $3.79.
If oil prices keep rising, this flows through to a lot of areas. Heating up, airline ticket prices go up, delivery services, think about that. Their costs are going up, so they're charging you more.
Moody's Analytics chief economist Mark Zandi says if the crisis persists for a year or more, Americans could see $1,036 in added costs per household. And as prices are rising, a new report from the Century Foundation and Protect Borrowers found about 40% of adults in pay off their credit card bills every month.
Credit card debt all-time high.
According to the report, a growing number of families are maxing out their credit cards and then opening new accounts or turning to options like payday loans or buy now, pay later just to stay afloat.
If you do have debt across multiple cards, you generally want to try to make a dent in the balance with the highest interest rate first. And that's because credit card rates are around 20%. Those interest fees very quickly spiral.
White House economic advisor Kevin Hassett acknowledges if the conflict drags on, Americans could feel it in their wallets.
The U.S. economy is fundamentally sound, and that if it were to be extended, it wouldn't really disrupt the U.S. economy very much at all. It would hurt consumers, and we'd have to think about, if that continued, what we would have to do about that.
The Fed will announce its latest interest rate decision tomorrow and will likely leave rates unchanged with the war in Iran muddying the path forward. For now, live from the Satellite News Center, Wendy Corona, Channel 2 Action News.
A restaurant in Hookah Lounge failed its restaurant inspection, new at 5. Issues with employees that contributed to the low score.
Today, the National Weather Service confirmed a tornado touched down in Metro Atlanta. News 4, a man told us the warning he wishes he would have heard to seek safety.
Yeah, I'll show you that tornado track. Clear sky, chilly now. We're tracking a big warm-up in the days ahead next. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz. Severe weather season is here, and Severe Weather Team 2 has you covered like no one else. We're up to 5 minutes earlier with Storm Tracker 2 HD, the most powerful radar in Georgia. Severe weather coverage you can count on.
At the Rooms To Go Kids Anniversary Sale, colors are popping. Your choice ready to go at an awesome price. Twin panel bed just $2.99. 5-piece room package $8.77. The Cottage Colors Collection on sale now at Rooms To Go Kids.
Fish delish, fish delish. New crispy, crunchy shrimp out high with fish puffs inside. New $5.99 for meal deals. Unreal. Captain D's fish delish.
No. I'm in my own head. What the heck are you talking about? I think I got away with something that I shouldn't have. See that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe? Yeah. I only paid. Finish that bucket on your own. Practice makes perfect.
Enjoy your new car.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get a Hyundai Elantra or Sonata with 0.99% APR or up to $2,500 bonus cash. Or an Elantra for $159 a month. Hurry in.
Billionaire Rick Jackson loves bragging about being filthy rich, but Jackson never says where his money came from. According to Breitbart News, Jackson profited off helping staff Planned Parenthood, America's largest abortion provider. Breitbart reported Jackson's company recruits for Planned Parenthood, who recently bragged abortions are at an all-time high. Next time you see a TV ad by billionaire Rick Jackson, remember all the unborn children who paid for it.
If you've been hurt in an accident, choosing the right law firm makes all the difference. Sweet James has some of the best attorneys in the state that deliver some of the largest settlements. If you've been injured and results matter, call Sweet James.
During the Rooms to Go patio anniversary sale, shop stylish quality outdoor seating sets to fit your space. Choose a sectional or 4-piece seating set and get a free umbrella. Plus, with 60-month interest-free financing, buying is easier. Right now at Rooms to Go Patio.
Dance, art, robots, it's all science. Explore more than 100 events during the Atlanta Science Festival now through March 22nd. See the full schedule at WSB-TV.com/community. Family to Family and Delta Community Credit Union. Community coverage you can count on.
Well, we're enjoying some quiet weather today with sunshine, although it's chilly. Let's take a look at yesterday's storm reports. The severe storms that came through overnight and early yesterday morning knocked down trees. That's what most of these icons are in the light blue as wind damage reports. Typically, these are trees down a couple of spots with some hail. But there were 2 tornado warnings that I was tracking live early in the morning with meteorologist Brian Monahan. One, and that tornado was confirmed earlier today. That's in South DeKalb. The tornado occurred earlier yesterday, but the confirmation from the damage report was earlier today. And same story with, so let's look here in South DeKalb as it was across the ground. It was an EF0 tornado, meaning the winds were about 75 miles an hour, had a fairly long track at nearly 3 miles, 2.7. It was 135 yards wide, trees down and 3 houses impacted. We'll get that report from Upson County later, and I'll bring that to you once that's available. Clear sky now, clear sky through the evening as we fall through the 40s into the 30s. We'll be into the mid 30s by 11 o'clock tonight. And then cold overnight and into the morning hours with that clear sky. So we're enjoying a lot of sunshine now. Temperatures through this evening falling through the 30s. And then overnight, you'll have some passing clouds. So partly cloudy, briefly early, then mostly sunny as we head into the afternoon. And temperatures are going to start a warming trend. Still fairly cool tomorrow, but today we topped out in the 40s. Tomorrow into the 50s, we'll really go up from there. But tomorrow morning will be cold. Freeze warning in effect tonight. Like last night, make sure your pets have somewhere warm to be. And if you got a jump start on planting spring flowers a little early, and you want to protect those tonight with that freeze across the area. Lows in the 20s in the mountains, low 20s, and then mid to upper 20s to near 32 across the metro area. Out into the suburbs, a lot of spots dipping down into the upper 20s, with a mostly sunny sky will recover into the mid and a few spots upper 50s, like back towards Rome. 56 in Atlanta, still running 10 degrees below average this time of year, but the colder air will move out and a big warming trend as we head towards the beginning of spring. That's on Friday, and the first weekend of spring, we're going to be up near or into the low 80s. Check it out, your 5-day forecast. The weekend always in view. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds. We get to 56 after the cold start. Mid 60s Thursday, mid 70s Friday, first day of spring, and then low 80s this weekend. And lots of sunshine through the 5-day forecast, no rain.
All right, Brad, thank you so much. Homeowners showed us all of this damage that they say they suffered when massive trees came crashing right into their homes. That was during Monday's storms that Brad was just talking about. The National Weather Service confirms it was a tornado that hit them. Channel 2's Tom Jones is live in DeKalb County right now in Stonecrest, where one neighbor says he received a weather alert on his phone, but the storm was just too fast.
Too fast, Karen. Eric Clark lives in this home over here where 2 trees went through his roof, the debris hitting one of his house guests. But the owner of this home here had 3 trees hit his home. He wishes he had heard that weather alert because he says he came close to losing his life.
I'm blessed to be alive.
Ben Huntley Jr. is blessed to be alive after 3 huge trees crashed through his roof, sending limbs and debris onto the bed he was in. I asked, what was he thinking?
I don't know. It's just amazing that I'm still here. That's all I could tell you.
He was watching news reports Monday morning about a tornado warning over where he lived.
The next thing I know, the insulation just started hitting me in the face.
He says he doesn't recall hearing an emergency weather alert on his phone, but Eric Clark does.
There was a telephone alert right before.
Clark says he, his wife, and a house guest were on a prayer call when he heard a loud rumble.
I heard that tree snapping, and then the boom of the hit, and that frightened us.
2 massive trees hit his home, one limb going through a wall near a bed. A tree crashed through the roof of a bathroom where his house guest was inside.
When I came up, I found the ceiling tile on her, and I lifted it off.
She went to the hospital but was released and doing okay.
A wind speed, and that's how we rate the tornadoes.
We were with the National Weather Service as they surveyed the damage. It determined it was a tornado that hit the area.
Feeling blessed.
Huntley knows his life could have ended, and we'd be talking to his son about it.
I'm glad I'm talking to you.
I'm glad I am talking to you.
Yeah, sometimes you got to laugh through the pain. A 3rd homeowner out here had a massive tree fall in that yard, but fortunately, it did not hit the house. I'm Tom Jones reporting live in DeKalb County in Stonecrest for Channel 2 Action News.
You summed it all up right there. So happy he was able to talk to you. No one hurt for this. Tom, thanks.
A former Kroger store manager is speaking publicly for the first time about how he intervened in a violent shoplifting and was later fired. Police are still searching for the suspects involved. Channel 2 Gwinnett County Bureau Chief Matt Johnson is speaking with the man about his decision and what happened for a live report in the next 15 minutes on Channel 2 Action News at 5.
The family of a child who was stabbed to death in her home hopes the community can help them say their final goodbyes. Zuri Dixon's posted on Facebook about their loss as they started crowdfunding campaign for her funeral. Quote, Zuri was a joyful, loving little girl whose bright smile and sweet spirit brought happiness to everyone around her. Her life was taken far too soon, leaving her family and loved ones devastated. No parent or family is ever prepared for the pain of losing a child. 4-year-old was stabbed several times before dying on Allison Court in Southwest Atlanta Saturday night. Police arrested Rashad Dixon and charged him with murder and cruelty to children.
Forsyth County Sheriff's Office is congratulating Canine Guinness for the dog's first successful track. As you see in this video, Guinness hit the ground ready to work. The canine helped locate this man. Deputies quickly took him into custody. Guinness received lots of love and scratches for his first track. Way to go. Both men were arrested for various charges.
A grocery store employee believes he was fired for doing the right thing, how he helped a coworker escape an attack, and why he's no longer with the company.
Things you have in your home can be deadly to a child. New at 5, insight from a local doctor who deals with child emergencies, how fast a curious moment can turn into life or death.
A student journalist is working to cover Kennesaw State University's basketball team on their way to the NCAA tournament. The campaign to pay for the trip and how it surprised him.
Tune in to The Financial Edge with Hoffman Financial, Sundays at 10:30 a.m.
Got a high-profile murder on our hands. Former astronaut.
How do you kill someone with a pipe? Our killer was a sprinter.
Let's see if we can track her down.
Track her down. You can do this all day?
I'll stop.
I think that's for the best.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Love it. Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Lease a new 2026 Toyota Camry LE for $259 a month for 36 months with $42.58 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places.
Zepbound may help in your weight loss journey. Once weekly, Zepbound helps adults with obesity lose weight and keep it off.
Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles.
Don't take if allergic to it or if you or someone in your family had MTC or MEN2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes, depression, or suicidal thoughts before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. If you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems.
Ask your healthcare provider about once-weekly Zepbound.
This Friday,
I need people who think they're right when everyone else thinks they're wrong.
that's me. Critics have spoken. Project Hail Mary is a stunning achievement. It's now or never. And the year's first must-see movie of that. Project Hail Mary, rated PG-13.
This appliance-free countertop moment was brought to you by California Closets. More room for what matters.
I don't care if you're Muslim or Mongolian. You don't have the right to force your culture on our country.
Conservative Rick Jackson.
Too often, criminal illegals commit sick, violent crimes, victimize our children, and get away with murder. So here's my guarantee to them. Do that when I'm governor, and you'll end up deported or departed.
Rick Jackson for Georgia.
Any questions?
Cash 4 Players won big yesterday, and you could win $60 million tonight with Mega Millions. Watch tonight's drawing starting at 11, only on Channel 2.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Woo! Lease a new 2026 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $289 a month for 36 months plus $1,000 in loyalty cash. Toyota, let's go places.
Weather presented by Montlick. Hurt in a crash? Don't let the insurance company keep what's rightfully yours. Call Montlick at Pound When.
Items we use every day can be dangerous or even deadly for a small child. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says accidental poisonings led to 67,000 ER visits last year and 90 deaths. An ER doctor with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta says it can happen without warning.
They are naturally exploring and curious, which is a wonderful, amazing, and normal and appropriate thing for these children. But that means they might be curious and explore things that could be dangerous to them.
That includes things like cosmetics and eye drops, household cleaners, and even plants. Doctors say parents need to toss any unused medicines. New research shows forever chemicals may be harming adolescent bone health. That's according to a new study published in the Journal of the Endocrine Society. Forever chemicals known as PFAS are found in everything from nonstick cookware to food packaging. Researchers tracked more than 200 children from birth, measuring chemical levels over time. They found children with higher levels of certain PFAS tended to have lower bone strength in their early teens.
We are getting a look today at new numbers on diversion cases in Gwinnett County. The Solicitor General has expanded the use of pretrial diversion to resolve minor cases. Last year, nearly 1,250 defendants enrolled. That's about 12% of the Solicitor General's cases for last year. Diversion is only an option for certain crimes. And by the way, it's voluntary. We have a traffic alert for drivers about the closure of a very busy road in Midtown Atlanta. In fact, News Chopper 2 flew over Juniper Street earlier today. Crews have closed the section between 10th and 11th Streets of Juniper for emergency repairs to the sewer system. The weather briefly delayed the start of a 24-hour closure, and the work there is expected to take 6 weeks.
Fired for intervening, still ahead. A grocery store worker says he helped a woman avoid an attack from a shoplifter. Now, an employment attorney explains why more businesses want employees to steer clear of conflict.
President Donald Trump calls it a foolish mistake, the decision from NATO allies when it comes to the war with Iran.
A Buford Highway restaurant failed its latest health inspection.
Probably want to eat there anymore.
The violation contributing to the low score that had nothing to do with the kitchen.
Just because someone's the biggest doesn't always mean they're the best.
Well, we are one of the biggest in Georgia, and they say we're one of the best.
That's probably because we actually practice law, and we're here to help.
Spring into savings with West Shore Home. Out with the old and in with the new. With free installation and 18 months no interest financing. Schedule your free design consultation now at westshorebath.com. Don't miss out.
Over 250 years ago, we didn't like the taxes, so we dumped the tea. Now with the Ram Declaration of Deals, we're pledging our allegiance to the American people. 0% financing for 60 months on select 2026 models, or we'll cover your sales tax, plus no monthly payments for 90 days, and the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Nothing stops Ram.
Or purchase and get 0% financing for 60 months for an average $14,000 in finance savings on the 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie. See your Atlanta area Ram dealer.
Switch your termite protection to Breda, and your rate is locked in for 10 years.
Not only do we protect you from termites coming back at no charge, we fix the damage at no charge, but the remainder of your contract is free if termites ever come back.
Breda Pest Management is better at keeping termites out, and they'll lock in your termite rate for 10 years.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Donald Trump is driving up our costs and rigging the system for billionaires while you pay the price. I'm Jason Estevez. As governor, I'll tackle Trump's chaos head on. I'll use every tool that we have. Take Trump to court, and I'll pass legislation to protect our families. I'll end the billions in tax giveaways to AI data centers and instead put more money in your pockets. I'll invest in universal child care, and we're going to expand Medicaid. Georgia, it's time to fight back.
Most of the time, you just don't know how badly you're hurt following a wreck.
It can take a while.
Before the insurance company tries to trick you into taking a small supplement,
Call us. Dozier Law Firm. We're here to help.
We are staying on two breaking news stories. First, a highway blocked. There are dozens of emergency vehicles where a deputy shot someone in Bartow County. This is Highway 20 at I-75 near Cartersville. We're asking what happened there. And here's a live look from a Georgia Department of Transportation camera. You can see there's police tape surrounding what looks like a pickup truck right below that overpass. We made a map to show you right where this is, near Cartersville, and we have a Channel 2 Action News reporter and photographer on the way. We'll bring you new information as soon as we have it. And a deadly police shooting at a VA clinic in Pickens County near Jasper. Now that's a parking lot of a shopping center along East Church Street nearby, just south of downtown Jasper. It's near the intersection of Highway 53 and Bell Avenue. We have a reporter there gathering new information for Channel 2 Action News at 6.
New at 5, fruit flies near the kitchen. Just one of the many issues that led to a failing health inspection for a long-standing restaurant and hookah lounge. The restaurant is in DeKalb County, right on Buford Highway. We made this map to show you just where Channel 2 investigative reporter Sophia Choi is. She's live with what else went wrong on that inspection, Sophia.
Karen, that's a restaurant right there sits right off of busy Buford Highway here, known for international flavors. Now, this restaurant has the culture down pat, but the health department says it needs to do some work on safety.
The Lions Restaurant and Hookah Lounge opened on Buford Highway in DeKalb County 15 years ago.
I'm with Channel 2.
The Afro-Caribbean restaurant was empty at lunchtime when we visited, but this worker said the place comes alive during happy hour. She did not want to give us an interview, but called the owner twice, who also declined to talk with us after the restaurant failed a health inspection on March 11th with a score of 58.
That's really bad.
Violations included fruit flies near the bar and kitchen, personal cleanliness, an employee wore a wristwatch and rings while cooking, and food unprotected. The inspector found raw fish stored next to ready-to-eat cake.
I probably wouldn't eat there anymore.
We also noticed no inspection score on the wall for the public to see. That's another violation.
They're very important. You want to know where you're eating at so that you don't get sick. So that's very important.
So I tried to call the owner of this restaurant myself. I left him a voicemail, but didn't hear back from him today. This restaurant will get re-inspected by the end of next week. We're live in DeKalb County. Sophia Choi, Channel 2 Action News.
And we have more details on inspection rules in the state of Georgia. The Department of Health oversees restaurant inspection. Inspectors typically check restaurants twice a year for compliance. That covers everything from food safety to worker hygiene and pest controls. The grade a restaurant gets from A to U must be publicly posted.
The Kennesaw State Owls men's basketball team is not making the trip to the big dance alone. Kai Millett, a journalism student, has been covering the squad since his freshman year. And he used social media to raise money to travel to the West Coast for the opening round game. Online donations poured in, adding up to $1,500 to be in the building when KSU takes on Gonzaga.
Everybody who donated, like I said, it means the absolute world to me. Everybody who's reached out and been willing to, even if they can't donate money, just retweet and support the idea.
And by the way, one of the first donations came from the Owls head football coach, Jerry Mack. If the team wins, by the way, and advances to the second round, Kai plans to find a way to stay so he can keep covering the team. The Owls won't be the only Georgia team in this year's tournament. UGA secured an at-large bid Sunday, having put together a 22-10 record. The Bulldogs are the number 8 seed in the Midwest region. They'll take on number 9, St. Louis University, on Thursday.
Temperatures are dropping below freezing again tonight for many of us. Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz is in Severe Weather Center 2, timing us out.
Yeah, we don't have all that far to drop. Most of us in the 40s, some 30s right now in the mountains with a clear blue sky. Live look at the world's busiest airport. Through the evening under that clear sky, we fall to the mid-40s by 7. We'll be down in the mid-30s by 11 o'clock. Then overnight and into the morning hours, it's going to be cold, not at or below freezing. It's going to be our last freeze, the final freeze of the winter. That's mainly because spring begins in just a few days on Friday. So we certainly could have a freeze or frost into early spring. But this is the last one here, at least for the foreseeable future, because I'm tracking a big warm up in the days ahead. Look at the forecast temperatures, lows and highs. So chilly tomorrow, low 32, high 56. We'll be in the 70s highs by Friday, first day of spring, 80s this weekend. And all the while, looks like we're going to stay dry for the next several days as well. An updated 5-day forecast coming up at 6.
Brad, thank you. And DeKalb County's warming centers are open for a second night to help people get out of the cold. There's transportation provided from Frontline Response Headquarters on Gresham Road and a number of pickup locations too, including the Eastlake and Avondale MARTA stations. It begins just after 6 o'clock.
President Donald Trump says NATO has no plans to join the United States in the war with Iran. He's asked several times for other nations to assist, especially with patrolling the strait where oil ships are stuck.
I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake. And I've long said that, I wonder whether or not NATO would ever be there for us. So this was a great test because we don't need them, but they should have been there.
And today, Israel says it has killed 2 top Iranian officials, including Iran's national security chief.
Gas prices keep climbing. No sign of de-escalation in the war. The Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil moves through, still closed today. So AAA reports a gallon of regular averages now $3.79. It's a little less here in Georgia, $3.65, but up sharply just from yesterday. Right now, state leaders across the country have not granted any gas tax holidays. We'll keep you posted if anything changes.
Well, long lines, canceled flights. Atlanta's airport facing another day of travel delays. Channel 2's Wendy Corona's live in the newsroom with the story that's next at 6. Wendy?
Well, Karen, some travelers are having to wait hours just to get through those TSA checkpoint lines, and there does not seem to be any relief on the horizon. Even worse, Delta issued a ground stop this morning that disrupted flights. We questioned the Atlanta-based airline about that move, and they gave us a detailed explanation of why they say it had to be done. And only Channel 2 Action News was in the courtroom today when a suspected murderer went before a judge. Why the suspect's attorney told the judge he deserves to go free. We'll have that for you all new on Channel 2 Action News at 6. I'll see you then. Linda?
See you in a few minutes. Thank you. State leaders approved legislation that will give Georgians $1 billion in income tax rebates. What it means for your family next at 6.
An employee said he stopped a violent attack on a coworker. We're getting insight from an employment attorney about why that worker was then fired.
Covering North Georgia like only Channel 2 Action News can. Life's complicated, so we're here to help. Our consumer advice cuts costs, and our investigations protect you. See what's new. Channel 2 Action News at 4, 5, and 6.
3 rows, 4 seasons, 1 unstoppable ride. The Kia Sorento X-Pro, built for the unstoppable. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the purchase of a new 2026 Sorento.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Over 35 years, I've seen it all. Car crashes, work injuries, defective products, medical mistakes, lives flipped upside down in an instant. But I've also seen something else, the power of fighting back, the power of winning. Over $30 billion recovered and counting. Size matters, reputation matters, results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. For the people.com.
At Atlanta Allergy and Asthma, we believe you deserve an allergy-free life. Since 1972, we've been our community's trusted experts in diagnosing and treating allergies, asthma, and immune disorders. Allergy symptoms aren't just annoying. Left untreated, they can lead to other health issues, poor sleep, fatigue, and missed days of school or work. So if you're over the counter, visit one of Atlanta Allergy and Asthma's 19 locations, where relief is always within reach.
Come experience the magical beauty of spring at Gibbs Gardens. With over 20 million dazzling daffodils in more than 100 varieties, Gibbs Gardens has the largest public display of daffodils in the world. Explore our many beautiful gardens across 376 acres, featuring new blooms from March through December. Located just 1 hour north of Atlanta in Ball Ground, Gibbs Gardens is a tranquil oasis where you'll feel worlds away. Visit GibbsGardens.com to plan your visit today.
When your termite bond renewal comes in the mail, do you cringe wondering, how much more are they going to charge me now? Switch your termite protection to Breda Pest Management, and your termite rate is locked in for 10 years. And if your current service doesn't inspect inside your home, better get Breda. They inspect inside and out. Breda guarantees your protection and will lock in your termite rate for 10 whole years.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
It was a fixed game. Corrupt career politician Burt Jones voted to legalize the $6 billion coin-operated gambling machine industry in Georgia. Jones required half of the revenue be given to owners of the properties where the machines are located. So who owns those properties? Corrupt career politician Burt Jones. He fixed the game, bet big on corruption, and hit the jackpot.
With 32 MPG, dare to go the distance.
Risk it, anyone?
The Kia Carnival Turbo Hybrid. Get 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2026 Carnival.
Shoplifters left a man bleeding and with a concussion. Now a former DeKalb County Kroger manager told Channel 2's Matt Johnson it will cost him his job.
No telling what would have happened if I wouldn't have drawn their attention away.
Cell phone video shows suspects at a DeKalb County Kroger swinging a bag of paper towels at an elderly employee before shoving her. It also shows Michael's self on the ground, moment after he says the suspects punched in the head and left him with a concussion.
And as soon as I got away from out of that door, someone hit me in the back of the head with something.
Self had been the manager at that location on North Decatur Road for 14 years until May of last year. DeKalb County police are still looking for the suspects, and the incident left Self looking for a new job.
I didn't even get to talk to the people that decided to fire me.
The father of three says he stepped in to protect an elderly coworker, and Kroger fired him 3 days later for violating policy.
I literally just wanted to draw the attention away from my associates that were already on their way out there, get them to stop, and everybody just be done.
A Kroger spokesperson says she can't comment on personnel issues. I also asked for a copy of the employee policy when shopliftings happen, but haven't heard back.
The employee can get injured, as well as a lot of surrounding customers can get injured if the confrontation spreads.
Employment attorney Andrew Beal is not linked to this case, but he says more companies are putting it in writing. Don't engage with shoplifters. And what happens if you do is up to them.
I've seen much more in the way of admonishment or warnings rather than full termination.
Self says his termination letter accused him of starting the fight, but now he's out to clear his name.
At no point was I malicious in what I did, and at no point was it for my gain.
Matt Johnson, Channel 2 Action News.
Today, many customers say the Better Business Bureau has it all wrong about Well, let me just tell you the kind of things they were saying. They were saying that they love Buc-ee's. The BBB rated Buc-ee's an F for unanswered customer complaints. But very important to note this, Buc-ee's has a company policy of not responding to Better Business Bureau issues. So there are several Buc-ee's locations in Georgia, and a lot of people love them, including at Daresville, Warner Robins, and Brunswick. Next at 6, we're keeping you ahead of developments in 2 breaking stories. A shooting at a VA clinic and gunfire slowing traffic on the interstate during the evening commute. We'll take you live to both scenes.
Plus, travel trouble, long airport lines, flight frustration.
I've been online for 45 minutes, and apparently it's another hour.
Next at 6, we're getting answers from Delta leaders about the airline's decision to stop travel at one of the busiest times of the day.
Hi, I'm Tommy Mello here from A1 Garage Door Service. Replacing the bottom rubbers of your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today.
The guaranteed offer is the simplest, least stressful way to sell your home. You go to our website, you fill out a quick form, we set an appointment, we bring you an all-cash offer. Literally, there's no lockbox on the front of your house, there's no showings, we pay all cash, we close in as little as 21 days, stress-free. We've helped thousands of homeowners just like you sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer and start packing.
Hi, I'm Tommy Mello here from A1 Garage Door Service. Replacing the bottom rubbers of your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today.
Breaking news off the top at 6, part of a highway shutdown following a shooting involving a deputy. We have a Channel 2 Action News reporter and photographer closing in on this scene right now.
Also breaking at this hour, gunshots at a VA clinic.
I was calling my wife and there's a shooting going on here. And just want to tell you I love you.
In the last hour, we got new video of the shooting scene.
And long lines, canceled flights. Atlanta's airport is facing another day of travel delays.
I'm looking at that long line. It's ridiculous.
Atlanta-based Delta Airlines is telling us why they halted all flights during one of the busiest times of the day.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 6 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Good evening, everyone. Glad you're here. I'm Linda Stouffer.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Wendy Corona in for George Estevez. Now to this breaking news. This is a live look at Highway 20 at I-75. This is Bartow County. The highway is blocked and dozens of emergency vehicles are there. We know that a deputy shot someone right at that scene. This map shows where this is happening. It's near Cartersville. Here's a live look at that highway now from a Georgia Department of Transportation camera. You see the yellow police tape still around the pickup truck there on the road. We are working right now to gather new information, and we'll bring it to you just as soon as we have it.
And we have more breaking news right here. Investigators working to figure out what led to a shooting inside a Veterans Affairs clinic. The shooter is dead, and one victim was airlifted to get emergency treatment. It happened at a Pickens County clinic on East Church Street in Jasper. Michelle Newell is live. You're across the street from the clinic. And Michelle, you had a chance to speak with the landlord of the complex where that clinic is located.
Yeah, he told me there are numerous security cameras outside of the shopping center, and he is prepared to hand all of that video over to investigators. I want to show you what's happening now. Still a very active scene. You can see crime scene tapes still locking this shopping center down. We're pushed pretty far back, but everything happened across the street. And if we can focus there on the VA clinic, you can see GBI agents in the front investigating. And back to that security camera video, really that's going to help investigators determine how all of this played out. The landlord told me he viewed some of the video remotely, and he said he saw the shooter walk into the VA clinic and run out afterwards. And we just got new video from inside the Goodwill after the shooting happened. The Goodwill is right next to the VA. You can see crime scene tape in the Goodwill. You can see officers. A man who was shopping told me he and other shoppers heard rapid gunfire. A bullet went through the wall of the Goodwill, narrowly missing him. Police told us a man walked into the VA and shot someone this afternoon. The victim was life-flighted to the hospital. Police say they shot the suspect. When they arrived, he died. The shopping center landlord told me he showed up after the sheriff's office called him and told him to come out here.
Really disheartening. Good to see their quick response here. But then, of course, you got your tenants in there that you've developed relationships to.
My wife's homesick, and I was coming in here to buy her something special to help her get better, and not knowing that I almost lost my life in here.
Just tragic. Still working to learn more about the shooter. He lived in Jasper. Police aren't sure if he was a veteran or why he showed up here, why he was here. We'll give you that information once we learn the very latest. Live from Pickens County, Michelle Newell, Channel 2 Action News.
So scary for everyone in that area, Michelle, and so many questions now about why, as you said. Thank you. More details now. We looked into security at VA facilities. Here's what we found. The VA is responsible for securing nearly 1,300 medical facilities and clinics. The VA Police Service inspects VA medical facilities once every 2 years, checking things like security and safety, according to a 2023 report. The inspections are for the 170 medical centers like the VA hospital in DeKalb County, but would not really include the clinics like the one in Jasper. The report found clinics had varying levels of security because of a lack of guidance.
Happening now, dozens of airports across the country are dealing with scenes like this. Long lines and a whole lot of frustration. And there does not appear to be any sign of relief. TSA workers are calling out. They're not showing up to work because they've been going without pay for weeks now. So here's the latest. There were more than 17,000 delays across the U.S. today, around 2,100 cancellations. At Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, nearly 700 delays and 237 cancellations. We have kept you ahead of the security wait time since we came on the air at 4:30 a.m. for Channel 2 News this morning when they topped 2 hours then. We do have live Team 2 coverage now from the airport to the Capitol. We start with Channel 2's Candace McCowan live inside Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International. Candace.
Yeah, and Wendy, I'll tell you, when you show up to the airport, this is exactly how you want it to look. It's just a wait time here. This security checkpoint, just 5 minutes right now. But this is not what it was earlier today. This hallway was packed. The wait time topping out at 129 minutes. Travelers are frustrated. TSA workers even more so frustrated. They're calling out at a rate of 34%. They are working without getting paid. And they say this is getting old.
Please come on in. The frustration of TSA workers can be seen in the long lines at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Tuesday. They're calling out sick, leading to less workers to process the many travelers.
Well, we're just going to have to, I don't know what else we can do. What can we do? We just have to wait.
The lines reached baggage claim again Tuesday morning. And while the wait times dipped for a while, around lunchtime, they climbed to 129 minutes. This follows days of lines. Aviation expert John Nance says the impacts of a worker shortage will only grow.
The TSA folks cannot be expected to work forever without pay. They're going to continue to call in sick. They're going to continue to drop. And the lines are going to get longer.
Complicating air travel further, the many who were impacted by Monday's weather.
We drove up from Florida last night because they had no flights out of Fort Lauderdale.
Delta also still dealing with the weather impacts, requesting a ground stop for Delta flights Monday night and Tuesday morning. Delta told Channel 2 the stops were in an effort to help manage the flow of traffic, prevent congestion, and slow morning arrivals after the storm.
They're always trying to smooth out the bumps.
Delta working to reset their operation. Travelers juggling it all to get to their front door.
Keep calm. That's the way I'm getting home.
And back here live at the airport, TSA workers, they are not allowed to talk to us on camera. But I did hear from one of them today who told me, hey, I'm here at work, but I'm worried that I'm going to go home and find my stuff out on the curb. They're worried they're not able to pay their bills right now. We're now live here in Clayton County. I'm Candace McCowan for Channel 2 Action News.
So much stress for the workers, and lawmakers in Washington are trying to come up with a deal to fund TSA. But the holdup is the funding for ICE. We can show you a live look at D.C., where a stalemate continues over the partial government shutdown. And Channel 2's Richard Elliott continues our live Team 2 coverage at the state capitol, where it sounds like there could be a compromise in the works.
Yeah, it's the Senate Republicans and Democrats. They are working on this. Just today, Senate Democrats sent over an offer to the White House, which is reportedly considering it. Meanwhile, Republicans and Democrats in Georgia's congressional delegation say they are actually open to some kind of compromise. As the TSA line snaked through Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, work is underway in Congress to close the impasse between Republicans and Democrats to get these agents their paychecks again.
We are calling on our Congress to act immediately by advancing the legislation that separates ICE and CBP from DHS funding.
Local TSA union spokesman Aaron Barker is hoping Congress can reach some kind of compromise, but the hangup remains funding for ICE. Democrats want reforms after the violence seen in Minneapolis. Barker says his agents don't like being used as political pawns.
Central public servants should not be used as leverage in political disputes, especially while members of Congress continue to receive their own paychecks.
We reached out to several Democrats in the Georgia delegation. Democratic Senator John Ossoff sent us this statement saying, quote, Democrats have tried repeatedly to fund TSA and have been blocked by Republicans. The best way to move forward is to immediately fund TSA, the Coast Guard, and FEMA while negotiations continue to address civil liberties violations by ICE. And the White House confirms it is looking at the latest proposal offered by Senate Democrats. Georgia Republican Congressman Buddy Carter says they're open to compromise.
There's no question about that. Yes, and the president indicated that, he may be open to that. So we'll have to wait and see. But at the same time, we need DHS funded, and it is.
So while Democrats and Republicans and the Trump White House are trying to hammer out some kind of agreement, expect still more long lines at the airport and TSA agents not getting paid. We're live at the state capitol. Richard Elliott, Channel 10 Action News.
And it's not just TSA agents working without pay during the partial government shutdown. ICE agents, FEMA employees, and Coast Guard members make up some of the 260,000 federal workers also impacted. And you can read more about your rights as a passenger, especially during these times. It's online right now at WSB-TV.com and on the WSB-TV News app.
Another cold night ahead, freeze warning in effect, but I'm tracking a big warm up when we jump back up into the 80s. Coming up.
A Douglas County family says their 83-year-old father was taken advantage of. He has dementia, and they say he should not have been sold this SUV. I'll explain their fight against the car dealership.
And new tonight, a critical update on the only survivor of a deadly Athens shooting, what his mother just told me.
Tonight, the war with Iran, and now the shocking resignation. A top U.S. counterterrorism official in the Trump administration resigns, saying there was no imminent threat to the U.S. Plus, the storms and chaos at America's airports. More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the #1 newscast in America.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
If you or anyone in your family has been injured, call America's largest injury law firm. Call Morgan & Morgan. For the people.com.
Eczema is unpredictable, but you can flare less with Ebglyss. A once-monthly treatment for moderate to severe eczema that helps you spend less time managing your symptoms.
Ebglyss can deliver real and lasting results, like skin that's still more clear at 1 year. Don't use if you're allergic to Ebglyss. Allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Eye problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems. You should not receive a live vaccine when treated with Ebglyss. Before starting Ebglyss, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection.
Clearer skin, itch relief. Once monthly dosing with or without topicals. You can flare less with Ebglyss. Talk to your doctor about Ebglyss for eczema.
Oh, it looks like Smiley wants us to new year, new furnace. I've never heard that expression, Smiley. Oh, fix the one you have, like a New Year's resolution. Count thousands of dollars instead of calories. Hey, that's why people love R.S. Andrews. Small repairs plus regular tune-ups equal a nearly new furnace that can last years longer. And just another reason to smile with R.S. Andrews.
No. I'm in my own head. What the heck are you talking about? I think I got away with something that I shouldn't have. See that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe? Yeah. I only paid Finish that bucket on your own. Practice makes perfect.
Enjoy your new car.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get a Hyundai Tucson or Santa Fe with 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days. Or lease a Tucson for $239 a month. Hurry in.
Let me put this in language even a corrupt politician can understand. Burt Jones is a stone-cold liar.
Rick Jackson, the conservative fighter Georgia needs.
I never made one penny off of Planned Parenthood, and I sure as hell never supported transgendering our kids. Those are sick lies. I'm tired of politicians who will lie or say anything to get elected, and that's why I'm running for governor.
The Atlanta Home Show, presented by Bradford Custom Homes and Remodeling, March 20th through 22nd at the Cobb Galleria Center. Don't miss Captain Sandy Yon of Bravo's Below Deck Mediterranean on Friday and Saturday. Buy tickets early and save $2 at atlantahomeshow.com.
Come on, let's start hitting again. Oh, we're back, baby. We're back.
Looks like we're going extras.
We've been following this breaking news, giving you a live look here at Highway 20 at I-75 in Bartow County. It remains shut down there. It is blocked with emergency vehicles there right now that you're seeing from this live GDOT camera. We know a deputy shot someone right at that scene. This is happening near Cartersville. A reporter and photographer are on the way to the scene to bring us more information. We'll get to them just as soon as we can.
Tonight, the mother of a man critically injured in what was a deadly shooting in Athens says her son is fighting for his life.
Channel 2's Michael Seiden is live outside of Grady Memorial Hospital in downtown Atlanta. And Michael, you just spoke with his mother.
I did. I've been texting with her, and really since our last conversation, she gave me an update. She now tells me that they have decided not to move forward with surgery today for reasons she's not disclosing, but she says her son's a fighter and she's confident he will get through this.
Oh my gosh, so many emotions. I feel anger, I feel grief, I feel pain.
A mother overcome with emotion as she waits by her son's hospital bed. Her 20-year-old son, Landon Skinner, fighting for his life after a deadly shooting in downtown Athens.
It's just been really scary and just the unknown. So I'm just trusting God and I just keep believing Landon's a fighter.
Police say the gunfire erupted around 2:20 Saturday morning on North Jackson Street. 22-year-old Clayton Adams and 19-year-old Dylan Bentley were both killed. Skinner, the only survivor, was shot in the eye and rushed to Grady Memorial Hospital, where he remains in critical condition. His mother says some of the hardest decisions have come in just the last day.
I have decided to go ahead and let them remove the eye to prevent infection.
And as he fights to recover, she still has questions. Police have arrested 22-year-old Mark DeSosa, who now faces charges including malice murder, aggravated assault, and aggravated battery. And what makes this even more difficult, she says the man accused was someone her son trusted.
Mark DeSosa was Landon's best friend. They went to high school together, and some of his other friends, they knew him. My heart goes out to Mark as well because I just can't fathom.
As you can imagine, Landon is going to be here for a while. Of course, the other two victims, their families dealing with so much as well. All three of these families, they have started GoFundMe pages. If you'd like to help them out with medical expenses, funeral expenses, we have all that information on our website, WSB-TV.com. For now, we're live in downtown Atlanta. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
2 North Fulton County schools were able to let students leave on time after a lockdown because of a security concern. From News Chopper 2, you could see the heavy police presence that protected students at Centennial High School in Roswell this afternoon. The school went into a hard lockdown, meaning no one could come in or out for a time. Nearby Hillsdale Elementary went into a soft lockdown so staff could complete the day. We're working with police and school administrators to learn what prompted the lockdown.
New at 6 o'clock, a Channel 2 Action News exclusive. The suspect in a cold case murder was in court seeking his release on bond. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie was in Gwinnett County Court and reports the suspect was charged in 2018 and released on bond, but it was revoked.
Leslie's mom passed away on January 1st of this year. We lost her great soul, and makes it more important today for us to continue to fight for justice for Leslie and for the defendant to remain incarcerated while we pursue justice.
Leslie Adams' cousin, Elaine Adams, says her Aunt Phyllis, Leslie's mom, died in January, so she'll never see, in this earthly life at least, a conviction for Leslie's murder. The murder Billy Joe Cook is accused of committing in October 2005.
Gives me even more fortitude to continue to show up.
Keith Adams, one of Billy Joe Cook's lawyers, says Cook deserves to see something other than the walls of a cell when he wakes up awaiting trial while he's presumed innocent, and lawyer Adams maintains he is innocent.
If he is released on bond, he can be subject to a GPS ankle monitor. He can be subject to house arrest.
Defense attorney Adams says Leslie seemingly disappeared in 2005, followed by the 2007 recovery of human remains by the GBI and Franklin County Sheriff's Office in a North Georgia swamp that eventually DNA proved were those of Leslie. And in 2018, Cook, Leslie's ex-boyfriend, was indicted after the Gwinnett DA's office and police basically reopened the case. The defense lawyer says Cook was on bond 5 years and 3 months until Judge Tadia Whitner revoked his bond in May 2024. The defense sought the release on bond again in September and now is asking again. He says Cook's on hold in jail while the prosecution appeals rulings last year involving cell phone records and dropping one of the 4 counts in the indictment.
We did not want a continuance.
Special Assistant Gwinnett District Attorney Don Geary says the DA's office opposes bond, and the issue isn't how long Cook has been in jail, but whether he'd be a danger to the community if released.
In the court's September 24, 2025 order denying defendant's bond, this honorable court explicitly found and stated that defendant Cook posed a significant risk of danger to the community if released on bond.
I'm going to take this under consideration. I'll read the cases provided by the state and make my ruling forthwith. Parties may be excused.
Now, cousin Elaine Adams says only God's grace has sustained Leslie's family for almost 21 years. She says every time she goes back to that courtroom, it's a walk of faith, but she seemed to indicate it's still a hard walk. Prosecutor Geary says he expects the judge to rule on bond this week and that he's confident in the appeal, but either way, he expects trial near year's end. Reporting live in Gwinnett County, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
Mark, thank you. Today, gas prices jumped again. The average price for regular unleaded in Georgia is up 11 more cents. If you fill up tonight, you'll pay around $3.64. Monday, we were paying $3.53. A week ago, the state average was $3.32. A month ago, it was almost $1 cheaper, $2.71. And we have a look at the cheapest gallons of gas county by county here. If you live or work in Rome, fill up $2.54 at the Chevron on Alabama Highway. In Jasper County, there's a Marathon on Highway 212 in Monticello, selling gas for $2.79. You can fill up for $3.04, not bad, at the Chevron on Maple Road in Lindale. And the Circle K on Old Peachtree Road in Peachtree Corners has unleaded listed for $3.05.
Homeowners say packages are disappearing off their front porches.
I felt really violated. I've never had anybody steal anything from me.
How victims believe the thief is getting away with the crimes.
More students may soon have to put their cell phones away during the school day. Who's now pushing for a statewide ban?
And I'm Channel 2 Sports Director Zach Line. The Georgia Bulldogs kicking off spring practices this afternoon. So what's the number one thing head coach Kirby Smart is looking for? You'll hear from Coach Smart next. Stay with us.
Design you feel in every detail. Technology as innovative as it is effortless. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design. It's all about you during the Buick SUV sales event. Get this ultra-low mileage lease on this 2026 Buick Envista Preferred for around $299 per month.
With Popeye's new $5 faves menu, you can get this, or this, or this, or this. But no one's stopping you from getting them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Sweet James is not a typical name for a law firm, but we don't deliver typical results. If you've been hurt in an accident, you deserve the best care, the best compensation, and sweet justice. That's Sweet James.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. The right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment, so all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, you're going to feel better, and you're not going to have to spend so much time worrying and thinking about your pain.
See if Arch Supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
The Rooms to Go Anniversary Sofa Sale is now through Wednesday. Hurry in to get big savings and endless sofa possibilities. Choose from a huge selection of sofas on sale. Save on stylish fabric sofas, versatile sleeper sofas, plush leather sofas, sectionals, and comfortable reclining sofas. Every sofa you see is priced low to sell fast. And only Rooms to Go offers an opportunity like this. So shop the Rooms to Go Anniversary Sofa Sale now through Wednesday.
I was born in Atlanta, Georgia. Martin Luther King III and I are classmates. My father was a freshman at Morehouse. Dr. Martin Luther King was a senior. And my mother and grandmother went to Spelman. That's deep Black Atlanta roots. Grady's been a pillar of the African-American community because hospitals become successful when people know that the hospitals in their neighborhoods, their communities are taking care of them. My name is Spike Lee. I'm a proud Grady baby.
Slick Rick Jackson's a fraud, not the fictional character in his ads. Town Hall exposed Jackson's company helped staff gender transition features for prison inmates. Jackson shares this radical transgender policy with Kamala. Now Breitbart has exposed a sinister twist. Jackson helped staff facilities perform gender change procedures on children.
Those who would change a child's gender, I'll put them in jail.
Then Rick Jackson should turn himself in.
At CertaPro Painters, we are more than just your local painters. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy.
Celebrate Atlanta for 404-Day Weekend, April 1st through the 4th. From the 5K and the parade to a block party and more. Join this family-friendly community celebration. Family to family and WellStar Health System. Community coverage you can count on.
Sports on Channel 2 is sponsored by Estes Heat, Air, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit EstesAir.com for free second opinions on plumbing quotes. It's that easy. It's Estes.
For the first time in 24 years, Georgia will make back-to-back trips to the NCAA tournament. Channel 2 was there for today's send-off. The 8th-seeded Bulldogs taking on St. Louis Thursday night in Buffalo. They are looking for their first tournament win since 2002. No drought issues for the Hawks, who last night, behind a dominant performance from Nickeil Alexander-Walker, pushed their NBA leading winning streak to 10 games. It is the longest streak for this franchise since 2015, when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs kicking off the first of 15 spring practices earlier today. Our Allison Mastrangelo having a chance to catch up with Kirby, who said of the many things he's looking for this spring, the most important, one of them at least, is more explosive offense.
That does not fall solely on Gunner, but that does fall partially with him. You know, we have to be able to be more explosive in the run game, which some of that is blocking downfield or making people miss. And same thing in the pass game. I think the number one step for him is take what the defense gives you, use the skill set of the players around you, and be more explosive.
Junior linebacker Raylan Wilson said he decided to come back to Georgia for another season because he said he came to school with goals in mind, but he didn't achieve them. He said that goal, win a national championship with the Bulldogs. Reporting from Sanford Stadium, I'm Allison Mastrangelo, Channel 2 Action News.
All right, Allison will be in Athens tomorrow as well, as the Bulldogs will hold their annual Pro Day. All 32 teams in the NFL expected to be in attendance, including a huge contingent from the Falcons. Brad?
Here in Cole tonight, a freeze warning in effect, but the temperature trend straight up. I'll show you when we get into the 80s coming up.
A family says a salesman went into a nursing home and sold their loved one this SUV. Their father has dementia. New at 6, why family members are now stuck paying thousands of dollars.
Breaking news, a shooting involving a deputy on a busy highway. Our reporter just arrived at the scene. We'll bring you a live report next.
Patio Enclosures is celebrating 60 years. Right now, Enclosure Space. Add a brand new sunroom or upgrade from screens to glass. Hurry, save 30%. Our anniversary sale won't last long. Call today for your free in-home estimate.
Donald Trump is driving up our costs and rigging the system for billionaires while you pay the price. I'm Jason Estevez. As governor, I'll tackle Trump's chaos head on. I'll use every tool that we have, take Trump to court, and I'll pass legislation to protect our families. I'll end the billions in tax giveaways to AI data centers and instead put more money in your pockets. I'll invest in universal child care, and we're going to expand Medicaid. Georgia, it's time to fight back.
New Nissan?
Correct.
Hey. You got to put it through its paces. He can take it.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event featuring Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Now get 0% APR on select SUVs for well-qualified buyers, or get $3,500 customer cash on Rogue.
Energy costs are a big part of any business budget. That's why Georgia Power is here to help you consume less and save more. With energy-saving tips like upgrading to more efficient appliances and installing LED lights to reduce energy use. Plus, we can help you optimize your heating and cooling for even more savings. Making the most of your energy doesn't just help your bottom line. It makes it easy to keep helping the people you're there for. Save more with Georgia Power. Visit georgiapower.com to get started today.
It was a fixed game. Corrupt career politician Burt Jones voted to legalize the $6 billion coin-operated gambling machine industry in Georgia. Jones required half of the revenue be given to owners of the properties where the machines are located. So who owns those properties? Corrupt career politician Burt Jones. He fixed the game, bet big on corruption, and hit the jackpot.
It was my very first accident. Motley was there every step of the way. They were open and honest throughout the whole entire process. They really explained everything, so I had realistic expectations of what the outcome would be. They handled everything very professionally. I didn't have that feeling of the unknown. Do not hesitate to give Motley injury attorneys the call.
Weather presented by Montlick, an Atlanta original since 1984.
Breaking news, Highway 20 in Bartow County shut down after a shooting involving a sheriff's deputy. Channel 2's Matt Johnson just arrived. Matt, what can you see from where you are?
Yeah, if you look over here, this is Highway 20 right off I-75 here in Bartow County. It's the highway here that has been closed off. The interstate is still moving, but as you can see, quite a significant police presence here where we have the GBI investigating, we have the Bartow County Sheriff's Office, and there appears to be another vehicle that was involved kind of along the guardrails there. We don't know much about what led up to this shooting or the condition of the suspect, but it doesn't appear that any deputies were seriously injured, thankfully. We know that the report started coming in at around 4:30 in this area of a shooting involving a Bartow County Sheriff's deputy, which you can see has led to this police response. Now, if you try to turn left onto 20 from I-75 North, you're going to be met by GSP here that has this whole area blocked off. So, of course, we're staying in touch with investigators and trying to get any new information about this incident in this newscast and on WSB Tonight at 11. Live in Bartow County, Matt Johnson, Channel 2 Action News.
Clear and chilly now. We started this day in the 20s. We're in the 40s now, most areas, upper 30s in the mountains, and the other exception out towards Eatonton across the lake country, we're in the low 50s. So clear sky, chilly, and the pollen count. Remember yesterday that it was way up over 4,000 in extreme range. Well, measured this morning lower, as you might expect. Well, we had just almost everything that the weather can give we had yesterday, right? Of course, the severe weather confirmed tornadoes touchdown. The DeKalb County tornado warning and the Upson County tornado warnings have been confirmed. And so then the cold air and then the snow and the sleet. So that helped knock the pollen count down into the high range today. Now, there's some big changes coming in the days ahead. However, in the hours ahead, under a clear sky, we fall through the 40s, picking up a few clouds later tonight, as we'll be down in the mid 30s by 11 o'clock. Then overnight into the morning hours, watch this. We've got clouds coming through, no threat for rain, thickening up for just a few hours, and a cold start to another sunny day with just a few passing clouds. So a little more cloud cover than today, but still a very nice day. Freeze warning in effect like last night. Make sure your pets have somewhere warm to be, of course. And if you got a little early jump on planting spring flowers, well, you want to protect those as well tomorrow morning. Lows in the 20s, many areas, most areas, in fact, but will be 32 in Atlanta and even low 20s in the mountains. In the suburbs, you get outside the perimeter and especially some of the more rural parts of Metro Atlanta down into the upper 20s. And from there, we get back up into the 50s tomorrow. So still mid 50s, running about 10 degrees below average this time of year. Let's talk about the average high temperatures. Today's average high is 66. By the 1st of April, the average high is up to 70, mid-April, mid 70s. And by the beginning of May, upper 70s. Our 5-day forecast temperature trend starts below average and is going to end above average where we would be in early May. We got a big weather pattern change as the cold air moves out and the warmth builds in. 5-day forecast of the weekend, always a view. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, cold in the morning, we get to 56, 66 Thursday. First day of spring Friday, 75, and then 80s, low 80s this weekend with sunshine.
Brad, thank you. New at 6, Channel 2 Action News investigates.
A North Georgia family claims a Metro Atlanta car dealership targeted their elderly loved one with dementia and drove him right into a deal he did not understand. And now they're fighting to get out of a loan they say should have never happened. They now owe tens of thousands of dollars.
Channel 2's Ashley Lincoln is live. And Ashley, you learned the salesman went to his senior facility to close the deal.
Yeah, Linda, according to the family, they tell us anyone who would meet their father could tell that he had dementia, wasn't all the way there, especially when that salesman came to his home, sold him this SUV. Now the family is left trying to figure out how to afford this huge bill.
My mother signed it. She doesn't remember signing it. My dad never thought he bought a car.
Alicia Miller says she refuses to believe her 83-year-old father knowingly signed a SUV sales contract for nearly $70,000.
15 minutes of being around my parents, she would have known something wasn't right.
She says her father, John Benson, was battling dementia when a salesman with Scott Evans Jeep in Carrollton sold him this SUV.
He wasn't of sound mind.
Miller says she discovered the purchase after her father disappeared for more than 30 hours. Telling his wife he was driving to the store.
I said, how did he doesn't have a car, much less a driver's license? He showed up the next day back at his assisted living facility.
Documents show Miller's stepmother, who also has memory issues, co-signed the vehicle.
My mother had a stroke about 4 years ago and hadn't driven since then.
When she confronted the dealership, she says she was told
they didn't discriminate against the elderly. I thought that was pretty low.
The family tells us they've been in the back and forth with the dealership. I spoke with management who confirmed they sold Benson the SUV, but declined to comment further. Miller says the dealership only offered to refund just over $3,000 in fees, leaving the family on the hook for the rest.
I just thought we were stuck.
Miller's father passed away from dementia complications back in February, and her stepmother is now in a mental health facility. She says she can't take on the burden of a $750 monthly car note.
I would like for them to refund my dad's $5,000 deposit and pay off the vehicle and get us out of this loan.
And the dealership told me that it's looking into Miller's allegations. In the meantime, the family says they are now considering hiring an attorney to undo this deal.
Ashley, what can people do to protect themselves and our families?
Yeah, one key step is for families to appoint a power of attorney and also monitor financial accounts and set up systems in place where family members could get alerts when transactions are trying to be made on these individuals' bank accounts, Linda.
And have those conversations. Ashley, thank you.
Is it too late for Iran to play in the World Cup, where they're hoping to have an opportunity to compete?
State leaders approved legislation that will give Georgians $1 billion in income tax rebates. Political analyst Bill Crane is here to explain what it means for your family.
Today, the National Weather Service confirmed a tornado touchdown in Metro Atlanta. One man tells us what warning he wishes he would have heard to seek safety.
Channel 2 Action News is brought to you in part by Atlanta Toyota, your #1 dealer. Get ready to roll in a new Toyota from Atlanta Toyota. Pleasant Hill Road, Duluth.
Tonight, tracking a new cold front in the Northeast, freeze warnings in the heartland, and record early heat for the Southwest. Also, the war with Iran and the pain beyond the pump. How soon could you feel it? More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the #1 newscast in America.
Selling a home the traditional way, it's very stressful. So we came up with the Guaranteed Offer. You go to our website, we set an appointment, we bring you an all-cash offer. It's really that simple. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer and start packing.
In sports, you need a go-to. A go-to throw-in. A go-to cross. Great pass. Your go-to striker. Yes! And the go-to for sports medicine is Children's. Georgia's only nationally ranked program for teens. Go to Children's for that.
When you see those big rigs coming down the highway, I do the best I can to get out of their way. Unfortunately, you can't always avoid them, and accidents do occur. Call us here at the Dozier Law Firm. We got experts that can find out what went wrong.
Fish, delish, fish, delish. New crispy, crunchy shrimp out high with fish puffs inside. New $5.99 for meal deals.
Deal.
Captain D's fish, delish.
Design you feel in every detail. Technology as innovative as it is effortless. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design. It's all about you during the Buick SUV sales event. Get this ultra-low mileage lease on this 2026 Buick Envista Preferred for around $299 per month.
Life is a circle. It isn't always perfect, but it is powerful, moving through moments that test us and transform us. Within this circle, we see the first breakthrough that bends fear toward hope. The first moment that says the end is the beginning. At Emory Healthcare, we are driven by firsts, inspired by second chances, all to keep life's circle moving forward.
One more. I don't care if you're Muslim or Mongolian. You don't have the right to force your culture on our country.
Conservative Rick Jackson.
Too often, criminal illegals commit sick, violent crimes, victimize our children, and get away with murder. So here's my guarantee to them. Do that when I'm governor, and you'll end up deported or departed.
Rick Jackson for Georgia.
Any questions?
The Guaranteed Offer is the simplest, least stressful way to sell your home. We pay all cash. We close in as little as 21 days. Literally, there's no lockbox on the front of your house. There's no showings. Go to markspain.com to get a Guaranteed Offer and start packing.
We now know it was a tornado. The National Weather Service confirmed today a tornado ripped through a DeKalb County neighborhood, causing that damage. A family survived trees coming through their home. Now they're figuring out what to do next. The inside of the home on Grace Hill Road shows just how close the branches came to the beds. The owner says they heard the storms and had moved into a safer spot.
Right before, there was a telephone alert, and I guess it said tornado. But I never looked at it because we were all praying, and then the boom, and after that you just go into shock.
One person got checked out at the hospital, but is doing better today. Good thing.
A local sheriff's office is mourning the loss of their canine therapy dog. Laid back Louie, as they called him, came down with a fever and passed away over the weekend. That's according to the Forsyth County Sheriff Department's online post. The canine was a part of the SALT, or Seniors and Law Together program, visiting older citizens in the county.
2 local schools are getting new leadership, principals moving to new jobs. Jennifer Suarez in red and Lindsay Perry here in blue taking on new roles for Bartow County Schools. Congratulations. Perry will be principal at Cass Middle School. Suarez is going to Red Top Middle. Both were principals at elementary schools for Bartow County. They take on their new roles June 1st.
Clear blue, sunny sky, looks beautiful. It's chilling out. Freeze warning by morning. Show you those coldest spots next.
A rash of porch package thefts caught on doorbell cameras. How some of the alleged victims say the thief was impersonating a delivery driver.
Team up with Calavan Kia and score big savings on your new ride. Are you ready? Let's go.
Want a soda with a little something extra? At Crystal, we've got you with crushed dirty sodas. Take any fountain soda, add a swirl of vanilla and sweet cream, and boom, it's crushed. For just $1 more, your regular soda's giving main character energy. Only at Crystal. Don't be basic, crush it.
It's rough when you must face an 18-wheeler wreck. The insurance companies delays claims, twist facts, plays games. Nonsense. It's go time, team. I'm attorney Ken Nugent. My experienced team and I are unstoppable when it comes to winning what you rightfully deserve. We don't wait for things to happen. We make them happen.
Faster.
One call, that's all.
CallKen.com.
At Georgia Power, we're proud to power the people who power our state. From the home to the office and everywhere in between, we're here for you. That's why we froze base rates last year, so you have more predictability, stability, and money in your pocket. You work hard, so we're working hard for you. Energy you can trust, at a cost you can depend on. Georgia Power, we're here for Georgia. We're here for you.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew. Final days.
Final day, Sam. People need to know time is running out for Truck Month deals.
Truck Month deals.
And America needs Ford F-Series with available Pro Power on board.
Oh, you guys are fast.
The final days of Truck Month.
And there's no time to waste.
Looks so good. You guys go ahead. I'll catch up.
It's final days. Get 0% APR for 60 months with 0 down and 0 payments for up to 90 days, plus $1,000 Truck Month cash on select 2025 Ford trucks.
Let me put this in language even a corrupt politician can understand. Burt Jones is a stone-cold liar.
Rick Jackson, the conservative fighter Georgia needs.
I never made 1 penny off of Planned Parenthood, and I sure as hell never supported transgendering our kids. Those are sick lies. I'm tired of politicians who will lie or say anything to get elected, and that's why I'm running for governor.
Last night's Cash 3 evening numbers were 0, 7, and 5, and lottery players were more than $59,000. Watch the next drawing tonight at 6:59, only on Channel 2.
It's fish eating season, and Crystal's got a fresh catch for you. The Fish Slider. Crispy, golden, wild-caught Alaskan pollock on a soft bun. Add Chipotle mayo and make it Baja style. Crystal's Fish Sliders, starting at $2.99 for a limited time. Dive in before they're gone.
Taking you back to breaking news right now, Highway 20 blocked in Bartow County. Dozens of emergency vehicles are there. Could affect your drive if you're going through this area by I-75 in Cartersville. We know a deputy shot someone there, and we can give you a live look from our camera at the scene. Our photographer has been talking with investigators. As soon as we get new information, we will bring it to you during this newscast and on WSB-TV.com.
Severe Weather Team 2 is making sure that you are aware of the freeze warning in effect tonight. Right now, you're looking live at Stone Mountain, where temperatures are falling into the 30s. Let's bring in our chief meteorologist, Brad Nitz. He's live in Severe Weather Center 2.
Yeah, we're all enjoying this blue sky. Live look over Midtown and downtown. Same stories you see there from Stone Mountain. Here's what you need to know. Tonight is the final freeze of the winter, but let me put a asterisk by that because winter ends on Friday. We still may have an early spring freeze or frost, but no cold temperatures after tonight for the next week or so, at least foreseeable future. Spring begins Friday morning, and then we're really going to turn much warmer. So freeze warning in effect for tonight. You want to make sure your pets have somewhere warm to be, and if you've planted spring flowers already, you want to protect those because we'll be from freezing in Atlanta to 20 degrees in Blairsville, but then temperatures are going to warm into the 50s, then 60s, 70s, even some low 80s by the weekend. I'll update that coming up tonight at 11. Hope to see you then.
See you then, Brad. Thank you. Neighbors say a man dressed like a delivery driver has been stealing packages. One of the victims posted doorbell camera video online, and then a half dozen people commented the same guy took their packages too. Channel 2's Tom Regan is live at an apartment complex on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. Tom, a woman says she could see him, but she wasn't at home.
Yeah, Linda, this woman got quite a shock last week. She looked at her cell phone and saw a live video stream from her doorbell camera of this guy stealing a package from her front door. She says this guy has got to be stopped.
London Davis Chapman says she was checking her phone while away at work Friday to see if a package she expected had arrived. And then suddenly she sees a guy on her doorbell camera pause outside her door.
I see him pick up the package, and I was on the phone with my boyfriend at the time, so I hang up and I get on the Ring app actually.
She then yells at the man to stop.
Put my package back! Put my package back! So I just felt really violated. Unsafe.
And she soon found out she's not alone. After posting the video from her porch camera on the Nextdoor app, she says about a half dozen people said they believe the same man wearing a blue package delivery driver's vest stole their packages too.
I'm thinking he wants people to think, oh, he's an Amazon driver.
A woman who posted this video of a man stealing a package thinks he follows delivery trucks into a neighborhood or apartment complex to see where they're dropping off packages.
She said that the UPS truck had dropped the package off, and at least 4 minutes later, he pulled up in whatever type of car, came up on her porch and took the package and left.
In another video, the man in the blue vest is seen dropping off a package and grabbing one from the porch.
So she was assuming that he stole that package from someone else's house and didn't like what was inside of it. So then he switched that package with hers.
London says the package stolen from her front door contained a purse. Georgia, by the way, ranks as one of the worst states in the country for package theft, an annual $500 million in losses. Live in Gwinnett County, Duluth, Tom Regan, Channel 2 Action News.
Shoplifters left a store manager bleeding and with a concussion, and now he says it cost him his job. DeKalb County Police continue looking for the suspects who stole from a Kroger on North Decatur Road. They were caught on camera assaulting an elderly employee. Michael Self says he stepped in to help, but 3 days later, Kroger fired him for violating its policy.
I literally just wanted to draw the attention away from my associates that were already on their way out there, get them to stop.
A Kroger spokesperson said they cannot comment on personnel issues. We also asked Kroger's policy regarding shoplifters, but they have not responded.
New at 6, Iran wants to negotiate with FIFA to be able to play in the World Cup. They want their matches moved from the U.S. to Mexico. It comes after their sports ministers said they were pulling out of the World Cup. It's not clear whether FIFA would accommodate that kind of a change. Right now, the Asian Football Confederation, of which Iran is a member, says they've not received official notification that Iran is withdrawing from the event. And Atlanta is hosting several World Cup matches starting June 15th when we host a group stage game between Spain and Cabo Verde. The city is getting ready with road projects, MARTA renovations, hiring volunteers. Local businesses are getting ready too. Georgia is a step closer to a cell phone ban for all grades. One high school student says he's on board.
I mean, it's just like the cigarette for our generation.
A Senate committee unanimously approved a bill today that expands the ban to include high school students. There's bipartisan support. Lawmakers say banning them in elementary and middle schools has been so successful it's improved grades and test scores as students can focus on school instead of their phones.
That's what they're supposed to do. And we are waiting on Governor Brian Kemp to sign legislation that will return $1.1 billion to Georgians with income tax rebates. Under the bill passed Monday, married couples filing jointly will receive an income tax rebate up to $500 later this year. Heads of household would get $375, while individual filers or married people filing separately would get up to $250. Joining us now to talk about this big rebate is political analyst Bill Crane.
Now, Bill, it will cost the state a lot of money, but it's a popular move.
Well, the state has had about $15 billion in reserves, so we can't afford to return some of the money that was the taxpayers in the first place. But Governor Kemp, in announcing this, very popular in an election year, got unanimous support in the state Senate last week, a vote of 53-0, which doesn't happen very often. So it's an election year. Republicans and Democrats alike want to give tax dollars back. And he also announced when he was talking about it last week that in the 4 years he's been governor, between rebates, refunds, and tax credits, the governor has cut tax burden in Georgia by $7.5 billion.
when he cut the gas tax a while back too. A very popular move, a lot of love for him at that time, and I'm feeling it for him now as well, that a lot of people are going to be feeling grateful for this move. Bill.
You have to file a return.
That's for sure. Make sure you do. Thanks so much, Bill Crane.
Thanks, Phil. New at 6, a hiker is recovering after a rescue on Georgia's Springer Mountain. The Fannin County Emergency Management Agency provided photos of the conditions there. It was cold at the time. Many hikers began walking the Appalachian Trail right there, the AT. Search and rescue teams found the injured hiker near the shelter Monday. They say temperatures and conditions had changed dramatically since he started out.
Before we head to break, a check of Wall Street. A slight rebound today with the Dow up 47 points and the NASDAQ up by 105.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz. Severe weather season is here, and Severe Weather Team 2 has you covered like no one else. Warning you up to 5 minutes earlier with Storm Tracker 2 HD, the most powerful radar in Georgia. Severe weather coverage you can count on.
As seasons change, turn to your local experts at All Good Home Services for a $49 seasonal HVAC tune-up. A tune-up can help save money on your energy bill and prevent expensive breakdowns. Call 770-250-5707 to schedule your appointment.
In 1776, America made a promise. In 1941, we proved we meant it. That fighting spirit still lives on in the Jeep brand. Now, with the Jeep Declaration of Deals, get 0% financing for 60 months on select 2025 models, or we'll cover your sales tax. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days. Jeep, there's only one.
Or right now, current FCA owners or lessees get $9,500 total bonus cash allowance on 2025 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon and Mojave models. See your Atlanta area Jeep brand dealer.
At Breda, we made the decision to invest in infrared cameras. The infrared gives us a unique advantage because we can pinpoint that termite damage. We then use our microwave technology, which allows us to localize our treatment so we can get rid of those termites quicker before that damage becomes extensive. And that saves you a lot of money as a homeowner.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Don't wait for the next power outage. Premier has Generac generators in stock now. Keep your home powered to keep your family safe and comfortable. Call today for your free quote and $1,000 off installation. Trust the experts at Premier Generators.
When it comes to your home comfort, trust the local experts at All Good Home Services. Right now, you can save up to $2,000 on a new HVAC system with our trade-in allowance program. Call 770-250-5707 to schedule your appointment.
We're working on all news stories for you on WSB Tonight, starting with a family devastated after losing a loved one who was hit and killed on the side of the road. The reason their family says they pulled over when they were hit by an ambulance. And why the mail could stop coming to your home permanently. The talk's on Capitol Hill today about what's needed to save the U.S. Postal Service from closing altogether. Those stories and our chief meteorologist, Brad Nitz, in Severe Weather Center 2, monitoring that freeze warning. We'll see you at 11 for WSB Tonight.
Where did spring go? Another cold night tonight. Thank you so much for counting on Channel 2 Action News.
Remember, you can get updates throughout the evening on the WSB-TV News app. ABC World News Tonight with David Muir is up next. Have yourself a lovely evening.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Tonight's primetime lineup is sponsored by Original Mattress Factory.
Ready for a better mattress shopping experience? Stop by and see what sets OMF apart from the rest. The Original Mattress Factory, Consumer Reports' top-rated mattress store.
New Nissan?
Correct.
Hey. You got to put it through its paces.
He can take it.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event featuring Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Now get $5,000 customer cash on Pathfinder or get 0% APR on select SUVs for well-qualified buyers.
Georgia Power is here for you with programs, tools, and incentives that lower your bill. But we also have a few ways you can save right now. Unplug devices like TVs when they're not being used, or use a power strip you can switch off. Make sure you're only using the lights you need. Change out your HVAC filter and make sure your vents are clear. Set your thermostat at 78 for max efficiency, but every degree closer helps. Because everything we save on energy can be better spent being there for the people we care about. Visit georgiapower.com for more energy-saving tips.
Hey Atlanta, the Wayfair store is coming to the district at Howell Mill. You can shop your favorite pieces in person. You can ask the design experts. You can see the details, feel the quality. You can meet your sofa before it moves in. Finally, you can test it out. You can bring home the small stuff that day and get the big stuff delivered fast and free. Finally, you can shop all things home in person, right here at the Wayfair store. Coming soon to the district at Howell Mill.
Billionaire Rick Jackson loves bragging about being filthy rich, but Jackson never says where his money came from. According to Breitbart News, Jackson profited off helping staff Planned Parenthood, America's largest abortion provider. Breitbart reported Jackson's company recruits for Planned Parenthood, who recently bragged abortions are at an all-time high. Next time you see a TV ad by billionaire Rick Jackson, remember all the unborn children who paid for it.
Covering North Georgia like only Channel 2 Action News can. It's late afternoon and the day's far from done. That's why we have the most live reporters breaking the big story. See what's new. Channel 2 Action News at 4, 5, and 6.
I don't care if you're Muslim or Mongolian. You don't have the right to force your culture on our country.
Conservative Rick Jackson.
Too often, criminal illegals commit sick, violent crimes, victimize our children, and get away with murder. So here's my guarantee to them. Do that when I'm governor, and you'll end up deported or departed.
Rick Jackson for Georgia.
Any questions?
Check out the Digi game that's stampeding through Georgia. Play Bison Stampede for a chance to win big money and a progressive jackpot. Play online or on your mobile device today at playdigi.com. Triple the jackpots, triple the fun with Jumbo Bucks Triple Play. Win up to $500,000. Go online or your mobile device to play today at playdigi.com. Collect your favorite fruit symbols playing Georgia WildStar Multiplier for your chance to win up to $300,000 instantly. Go to playdigi.com to play over 100 Digi games only from the Georgia Lottery.
Good evening, I'm Carol Blackman with your Cash 3, Cash 4, and Georgia 5 evening drawings. Hey, Georgia, enter all your non-winning scratcher tickets for a chance to win a rolling jackpot. Go to galottery.com for all the details. Now, let's play Cash 3. Your first number is 2. That's followed by 8, and our final number is 4. Your winning numbers again are 2, 8, 4. Good luck. Well, now it's on to your Cash 4 numbers. Your first number is 8. That's followed by 6. Then we have 3, and our final number is 4. If you have 8, 6, 3, 4, and any winning combination, congratulations, you're a winner. Now on to Georgia 5. Here are your winning numbers. Up first, we have 2. That's followed by 1. Then we have 8. Up next is 7, and our final Georgia 5 number is 2. Your winning numbers again are 21872. Good luck. Thanks for playing. Make it a winning evening. See you later.
Karen Greer, George Estevez, weekdays on Channel 2 Action News at 5.
Tonight, the breaking news as we come on the air, one of President Trump's top counterterrorism officials resigns, saying Iran posed no imminent threat. Also tonight here, the explosive boom, the stunning sight tonight seen in several states, the 7-ton meteor, and you'll see it. Tonight, the director of the National Counterterrorism Center resigning, claiming Iran posed no imminent threat to the U.S. Tonight, President Trump responds. Also tonight here, the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad coming under fire again. James Long in Iraq. And just in tonight, the images, Israeli strikes now hitting Iranian police right in the streets of Tehran after the major news today that an Israeli strike has killed one of Iran's most powerful surviving leaders. Here in the U.S. tonight, that 7-ton meteor shooting across the sky.
Oh, what the
What's that? The sonic boom heard over multiple states, 6 feet in diameter. The images tonight digging out the major storm across several states and the dangerous winds in the Northeast. Hundreds of thousands without power at this hour. Thousands of flights canceled and delayed. Here in New York City, the winds fueling a major fire in Manhattan. Reports of injuries just as the annual St. Patrick's Day parade was set to begin. Tonight, the wife and mother who wrote a children's book about grief after the death of her husband, now found guilty of killing him. How prosecutors say she did it. The collision on the tracks at Amtrak train filled with passengers and an 18-wheeler. Tonight, just days before March Madness, a star player now under arrest. Tonight, one of the world's most elusive artists, hidden no longer, has Banksy been revealed. Also tonight, a former Syracuse University quarterback dies at just 28 years old. And tributes tonight to the longtime co-host of Showtime at the Apollo.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. We begin tonight with several breaking stories. One incredible sight, that 7-ton meteor across several states in a moment here. But we begin with the war in Iran. President Trump's top counterterrorism official resigning tonight, saying Iran posed, quote, no imminent threat to the U.S. Late today, the president lashing out after Joe Kent, his hand-picked director of the National Counterterrorism Center, quit his post. Tonight, President Trump also furious. NATO allies are refusing to help protect the critical Strait of Hormuz more than 2 weeks after President Trump started the war. And tonight, Iran now confirming its national security chief has been killed in an Israeli airstrike. And a short time ago, the images coming in, flames rising from the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. What we've learned, Iran-backed groups hitting multiple targets. Rachel Scott leading us off here with this high-level resignation tonight and President Trump's response.
Tonight, the administration's top counterterrorism official resigning in protest over President Trump's war with Iran, declaring Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. Joe Kent, director of the National Counterterrorism Center, writing, I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. It is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. Kent accusing Israel of a misinformation campaign to deceive Trump into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States, and that should he strike now, there was a clear path to swift victory. This was a lie. President Trump, who has long supported Kent's political career, despite Kent's controversies and past associations with anti-Semites, today brushing off his resignation.
And I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security. I didn't know him well.
Today, the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee, Mark Warner, saying Joe Kent's record is deeply troubling. But on this point, he is right. There was no credible evidence of an imminent threat from Iran. It comes as the president lashes out at America's NATO allies for refusing his demand to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz, more than 2 weeks after President Trump launched the war himself. Germany declaring it's not our war.
We can't be at every place to support a war which we didn't start it.
From the UK, a similar message. And today, French President Emmanuel Macron
Nous ne sommes pas partie prenante au conflit.
Saying France will never take part in operations to open or liberate the Strait of Hormuz in the current context.
I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake.
After calling for Europe's help, tonight the president saying he doesn't need it after all.
Well, we don't need too much help, and we don't need any help, actually.
The president clearly frustrated with our NATO allies, but they have been very clear that this is not their war, saying the president did not consult with them before launching those strikes against Iran. And tomorrow, all eyes will be on Capitol Hill. The president's national security team will be testifying before Congress, and they will certainly face many questions about whether Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States, David.
And you'll be watching that hearing for us, Rachel Scott, tonight. Thank you. This evening, just in, new images of the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad coming under attack again, what we've learned at this hour. And tonight, from inside Iran, you'll see the flames shooting from the streets. Israel now targeting police checkpoints in Tehran. The Israelis say some Iranians are now helping Israel with the targets. And Iran now confirming tonight its national security chief has been killed. All of this as gas prices in the U.S. are up now about 90 cents a gallon since this war began. James Longman from the region again tonight.
Tonight, the dramatic images coming in from Tehran, raging flames in the streets. Videos circulating online show the Israelis turning their focus to local regime targets. The IDF says they've hit dozens of police checkpoints and vehicles in Tehran. An Israeli intelligence source tonight tells ABC News some Iranians themselves are now sharing locations where regime militia are on patrol for the Israelis to strike. This amid a brutal blow to Iran's chain of command. Israel killing Iran's top national security chief, Ali Larijani, calling him the de facto leader of the regime. That same strike also killing the commander of Iran's feared religious militia, the Basij, Gholam Reza Soleimani. That militia behind the blood